Chapter 409, January 20th. Just as Fong Ping predicted, on this day, Sino Nation announced the Rank 6 ranking list to the public. At this point, the ranking list for all grades was complete. Fong Ping was not on the Rank 5 ranking list. He did not care too much and did not pay much attention to it. However, in the Rank 6 ranking, a few people from MCMAU had made it into the list. The middle and low ranks list was different from the high ranks list, which only listed the top 100. As for MCMAU, quite a number of people had entered the ranking this time. Tang Feng, 6th place on the Rank 6 ranking list. Lu Fengru was ranked 8th. Luo Yichuan, 37th. The peak Rank 6 in charge of Magic City's catacombs, the chubby-faced old man Zhang Jianhong, was also ranked 64th on the list. Other than Old Man Li, MCMAU only had 6 peak rank SIXS at the moment, and 4 of them were on the list. The 2 peak powerhouses from the School of Liberal Arts and the School of Production were not on the list. This also meant that there were more than 100 peak rank 6 powerhouses. Tang Feng was ranked 6th, while Lu Fengru was ranked 8th. Fong Ping still had some doubts. Lu Fengru's mentality-vitality fusion was reported to the Ministry of Education. Even so, Tang Feng's ranking was still higher than Lu Fengru's. Clearly, the government had thought that Tang Feng was stronger than Lu Fengru, who had undergone mentality-vitality fusion. Was that even possible? Old Man Li had said before that Tang Feng was stronger than Lu Fengru. Even without mentality-vitality fusion, Tang Feng could enter the top ranks of Rank 6. Now, the experts on the ranking list obviously thought so too. Was Big Lion really that strong? 4 of them entered the Rank 6 top 100 ranking, and 2 of them entered the top 10. This time, MCMU could be considered to have demonstrated the strength of the number 1 elite university. In the Rank 6 ranking list, CCMU also had 4 people on the list, but only one of them was in the top 10. Moreover, his ranking was not high, only 9th. Fu Chanting's grandfather, Fu Guosheng, was also on the list, but he was not too high up. He was a little lower than Luo Yichuan, ranked 48th. Of course, being able to enter the top 100 meant that Fu Chanting's grandfather was not weak. As for the Rank 6 ranking list, Fong Ping had never heard of the few names before Tang Feng. It was very likely that they were old antiques. 2 from the army, 1 from the sects, and the other 2 only had names, not belonging to any faction. This meant that they were independent martial artists who had not joined any organization. Martial Arts Club. Nowadays, there were very few people in the martial arts society. They had either gone to Nanjiang or were cultivating in the southern district. At this moment, on the martial arts society's side, other than Fong Ping, the only middle-ranked idler left was Qin Fengqing. Both of them had just broken through, so they were not in a hurry to cultivate. Qin Fengqing was not in a hurry, mainly because he had spent all his credits. He had been relying on himself to absorb energy for the past few days. Both of them were idle. Although Qin Fengqing did not really like Fong Ping, he did not have many friends in school. He could not even find someone to chat with. Passing by the martial arts society, Qin Fengqing saw that Fong Ping had nothing to do, so he dropped by to take a look. Then, he would pour out his grievances. Things haven't been going well lately. Fong Ping, I suspect it's all because of you. Your bad luck has been passed on to me. Qin Fengqing sighed and smiled plainly. What did I do to you? Tell me what's wrong with you. Qin Fengqing sighed. There were too many unlucky things. Looking for a job wasn't going well. He submitted his resume to Nanjiang, but Nanjiang didn't want him. He was so angry that he almost exploded. He joined the military, the Department of Investigation Services, the Guardian's Mansion. In the end, they were all rejected without exception. Qin Fengqing was puzzled. What was going on? He was a peak rank for martial artist after all. Why was he so unpopular? Previously, the Southern Guardian's Mansion had promised him. That was a promise from the Rank 9 Guardian himself. It was not a problem for him to go to the Guardian's Mansion. In the end, he submitted his resume, and the other party rejected him. Qin Fengqing was so angry that his liver hurt. Wu Chuan was still in Nanjiang's catacombs. He told the Southern Guardian's Mansion that the Guardian had promised him personally. In the end, the other party ignored him. Of course, Qin Fengqing was too lazy to tell Fong Ping about his job rejection. This guy would definitely laugh at him. Qin Fengqing did not talk about this. Instead, he talked about the rank 4 ranking list. He complained, "I've entered peak rank 4. Are there still any rank 4 opponents for me? In the end, I'm only 96th on the ranking list. How much are they looking down on me? I, Qin Fengqing, have met countless high ranks and killed a bunch of rank SAXS. In the end, I'm only 96th. How is this ranking determined? It's complete nonsense. Do I have to challenge them one by one? Let's not talk about this. Fong Ping, you've gone too far. Why was my channel shut down about the school's credit loan? Everyone else can borrow, but I can't. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?" Fong Ping said seriously, "I didn't do this. It's really the system's evaluation. You're too risky. Not only is it risky, but your credit is also bad. You're often overdue. You've borrowed money a few times before. It was always the platform that came to you to collect the debt. Only then did you pay back the credits. Think about it. Would they still lend it to you? Didn't I forget about it?" Qin Fengqing was speechless. "I'm so busy. Who would remember to pay the debt every month?" "I thought it was once a year," Fong Ping sneered. "You forget about it when it's time to pay back the money. You're so proactive when it's time to borrow money." He could not be bothered with him. This guy deserved it for not being able to borrow money. Even if he managed to borrow it, it would be squandered in no time. After chatting for a while, Qin Fengqing thought for a while and said, "There's one more thing. It's quite unlucky. Do you remember that tigress?" "Tigress?" Fong Ping thought for a while before asking suspiciously, "You mean that Zhou Qiue from Magic City Women University?" "Yes." Qin Fengqing sighed. "It's this woman. She's been pestering me lately. It's so annoying." The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. He could not help but ask, "Pestering you? How? How else can I pester her?" Qin Fengqing said helplessly, "She sent me a message saying that she wanted to spar with me. She thinks I'm stupid." "Spar?" "She just wants to take the opportunity to have something happen between us. Women are all like that. If we really spar, she'll definitely pretend to be injured and ask me to send her back. She might even have to stay in the hospital and ask me to visit her every day. Women are so troublesome. Tell me, why is she pestering me?" Fong Ping did not know how to reply. The spar that Zhou Qiue mentioned was probably a real spar, right? Shaking his head, Fong Ping did not say much. He would let Qin Fengqing worry about it himself. As the two of them were chatting, Chen Jinhua walked in. Chen Jinhua rarely came to the martial arts society. Fong Ping was slightly surprised to see him suddenly this time. He stood up and said, "Dean Chen, why are you here?" Chen Jinhua felt a headache coming on. He sat down and complained, "Lion Tang is missing. Dean Li can't be found either. Vice-Chancellor Wu and Vice-Chancellor Huang are nowhere to be seen. Vice-Chancellor Liu is still recuperating. Dean Luo went to Nanjiang. Dean who went to Capital City yesterday for business. MCMEU is so big, but there's no one in charge now. Everything has been thrown to me. The other instructors are either in closed-door cultivation or cultivating. They're all crazy. I can't even pull them out. But now it's the end of the semester. The final assessment is coming. Can I manage thousands of students by myself? Can't the Martial Arts Society do something? It's fine if others aren't here, but you two have the time to chat. Can't you go and help?" Fong Ping was stunned. After a while, he said, "Final assessment? I don't know about this. I know that MCMAU has a final assessment, but he has not participated in it even once since he entered MCMAU for 3 semesters. In the first semester of his freshman year, he did not participate in the assessment to prepare for the first martial arts championship. In the second semester, the assessment began. He entered the catacombs. When he came out, the assessment had already ended. Now it was the third semester. This semester, however, no one asked him to take the assessment. Fong Ping had forgotten about this. Qin Fengqing was even worse than him. With a dumbfounded expression, he asked, "MCMEU has a final assessment?" This time, it was Chen Jinhua's turn to be dumbfounded. These two, were they really MCMEU students? Fong Ping. All right, let's not talk about Fong Ping for now. Qin Fengqing was a student who was about to graduate. Fong Ping was also stunned. You're already a senior. You're about to graduate. You don't know that MCMAU has a final assessment. Fong Ping knew about it, but he did not participate. Seeing the two of them looking at him, Qin Fengqing said gloomily, Why are you looking at me? I really didn't know about it. At the end of the first and second semester of my freshman year, I had something to do at home and left early. No one told me about it. In the first semester of my sophomore year, that bastard Wang Jinyong came to provoke me. I was injured and hospitalized. In the second semester of my sophomore year, I happened to be entering rank 3, so I've been in closed-door cultivation. In my junior year, I started entering the catacombs. I'm not even in school at the end of the semester. I really didn't know that we have a final assessment. Chen Jinhua suddenly felt very tired. He gave up. These two were more powerful than the other. One had probably forgotten about it, and the other did not know about it at all. Chen Jinhua, who was extremely helpless, could only say, "Nonsense." Of course there is a final assessment. It's divided into martial arts assessment and social sciences assessment. Also, the school will give out some credits as rewards every year. Many students can't take on missions because of their strength, so they can only rely on the assessment to get some credits. Qin Fengqing's eyes lit up instantly. He said quickly, "Credits reward? Dean, how much are the rewards for seniors?" "Seniors? There are no rewards for seniors," Chen Jinhua said with a faint smile. "Seniors have passed the stage where they need subsidies. Also, a lot of students are not in school, so there are no subsidies for seniors." Fang Ping did not ask about sophomores. He did not really care about this little bit of subsidies now. In the past, he would have asked and then participated in the exam. Now, however, the rewards were at most 100 or 200 credits. He really did not care too much. After hearing this, Qin Fengqing was a little disappointed. He was very poor now. He had finally found an opportunity, but there was no subsidy for seniors. In reality, at their stage, the school subsidies were very little. When Fang Ping had just broken through to rank 4, the school had given him quite a lot of credits as subsidies. However, when he broke through to rank 5, there was no more. According to the school, the middle ranks were only subsidized once. There was no reward for rank 4 to rank 5. For martial artists in the 3 lower ranks, there was a lot of support. For the 3 middle ranks, the school meant for self-reliance. Chen Jinhua explained, then said, "Since you guys have nothing to do, arrange for some people to help me assess the freshmen. There are more freshmen this year. Many instructors are not in school now. The others are also in a critical period. We lack manpower. You guys can help solve this." Qin Fengqing was not interested. He said disinterestedly, "I'm very busy. I need to cultivate. Cut the crap." Chen Jinhua was really having a headache now. He scolded, "You've just broken through to peak rank 4. You have the time to wander around, but you don't have the time to help the school solve a small problem? If you don't do it, I suggest that you be removed from your position as vice president of the Martial Arts Society." As soon as these words came out, Qin Fengqing wilted. He had received a lot of salary from the Martial Arts Society, and it had been paid in advance. Last time, Fang Ping withheld it. After that, in order to prepare for the second championship, he still paid it to him. Now that he had spent it all, if he was removed from his position, with Fang Ping's personality, he would definitely come to him to collect the debt. "All right then," Qin Fengqing nodded. Then his eyes suddenly lit up. "Instructor Tang isn't in school?" "Yes. Recently, he went into the catacombs to cultivate in seclusion. The energy concentration in the catacombs was higher than on Earth. Tang Feng did not want to waste energy stones for cultivation, so he went into the Magic City catacombs a few days ago." Qin Fengqing raised his eyebrows. "Tang Wen was a freshman, right? Big Lion had beaten him up once last time. He insisted that he had blackmailed Tang Wen. It did not make sense at all. After that, he bullied him again and sent him flying once. Now, it seemed like the opportunity had come." Qin Fengqing suddenly laughed. "All right, Dean Shin, then I'll take it. It's a small matter. I'll be the examiner this once." Chen Jinhua glanced at him. Fang Ping also looked at him. This guy seemed to be looking for trouble. When he asked if Tang Feng was in school, Fang Ping could guess what he was planning. If he could not deal with Tang Feng, then he would deal with his daughter. This was also Fang Ping's original plan. Now that Fang Ping had tricked Big Lion into supporting him fully, it was not good to continue tormenting Tang Wen. However, looking at Qin Fengqing's intentions, was he looking for trouble? Did this guy think that he had not been beaten up enough? When Tang Feng returned, he might have to deal with him again. Not caring whether this guy died or not, Fong Ping also nodded. All right then, I'll arrange for rank 3 students in school to be in charge of assessing the freshmen. As he said that, Fong Ping thought for a while and said, Dean Chun, if you need to cultivate, you can also put these trivial matters aside. When the rank 6 ranking list comes out, you and Dean Chen Jinhua's expression stiffened slightly. Don't mention this. Of the 6 peak rank 6 in MCMAU, only he and the dean of the School of Production were not on the list. It was indeed embarrassing. However, Sino Nation was so big, and there were many ranked 6 martial artists. There were also some old antiques. It was understandable that he was not on the list. Fong Ping did not intend to hurt his feelings. What he meant was that peak rank 6 martial artists had a chance to become grandmasters. At this juncture, it was better to think of ways to become grandmasters. Moreover, Fong Ping suspected that if the government really wanted to subsidize rank 6 martial artists, it would probably be the powerhouses on the list. Not to mention the sects, the martial arts universities, and people from the military department who were on the list were probably the targets of subsidies. If Chen Jinhua's ability was slightly stronger, it would be best to challenge the people on the list to prepare for what came next. Fong Ping explained the situation to him. Chen Jinhua pondered for a moment, nodded, and said, It makes sense. If there are really potions or other things that can increase mentality, it is indeed worth a try. With a plan in mind, Chen Jinhua did not say anything more. After leaving the freshman assessment to the Martial Arts Society, Chen Jinhua left quickly. As soon as he left, Fong Ping saw that Qin Fengqing was about to say something and said with a smile, Qin Fengqing, this assessment task is handed over to you. Qin Fengqing was instantly overjoyed and said hurriedly, No problems. Seeing him leave happily, Fong Ping observed a moment of silence for him. You better take it easy. There were many children of MCMAU instructors among this batch of freshmen. Tang Feng's daughter, Luo Yichuan's son, and the children of a few rank 6 instructors were also there. If Qin Fengqing found fault in the assessment, if he was beaten to death later, he could not blame others. He asked for it. Fong Ping did not really care about the MCMAU students' end-of-term assessment. It was a group of students who were mainly aspiring martial artists and rank 1 martial artists. Rank 3 students were enough for the assessment. At this time, Fong Ping was busy communicating with NMAU, SCMAU, and CCMAU, preparing to launch the platform integration policy. This matter had already been prepared during the championship. Fong Ping wanted to collect more raw materials for MCMAU and sell them to the students from other schools. That was not the cost price, but double the price. CCMU was fine, but the other schools had a demand. Even if it was double the price, it was still cheaper than if they bought it themselves. The other martial arts universities did not have enough pills and weapons to supply. Even CCMU was similar to MCMAU in the past. The supply of pills was not enough to satisfy the students' cultivation needs. After the reform, the difficulty of obtaining credits in MCMAU had decreased. Even if the price was double the previous supply, it was still about the same as CCMU's current price. If CCMU felt that the supply of pills and weapons was not enough, it was not impossible to exchange from MCMAU. Other than that, Fong Ping was also communicating and negotiating with a few schools about combat techniques and instructors. Fong Ping was ready to turn the e-commerce platform into a modern martial arts community. Now that they had entered 2010, the 3G network had been promoted for more than a year. There were also many 3G-enabled smartphones in the market. As communication became more convenient, Fong Ping felt that martial arts communication would become easier as well. In the past, when people asked for advice on martial arts, they would communicate face-to-face, and they might not even find the person. Now, Fong Ping felt that things like video chat and voice chat on mobile phones were actually valuable, and they were not just simple chatting. Making the exchange of martial arts more convenient was a great benefit for martial artists. In addition, the government was now promoting martial arts for all. The news of the catacombs could be made public at any time, and more people would enter the martial arts world in the future. Nowadays, the general public's understanding of martial arts mainly came from martial arts training classes. There were only bits and pieces of information on the internet. While Fong Ping was preparing to build an e-commerce platform, He also wanted to build a relatively professional martial arts community. The government was actually doing this, but most of the time, the government might not be better than the private sector. When I first entered the school, I wanted to be the biggest martial arts resource distributor. Now, it seems like it might not be impossible. Fong Ping could not help but feel a sense of accomplishment after communicating with the various schools. Some of the fantasies of the past were no longer fantasies. He had already started to take the first step. As for the delivery company, Fong Ping felt that maybe one-day delivery to the catacombs was not a fantasy. I still need to have dreams, or else I'll be no different from a salted fish. As Fong Ping was busy, New Year's Eve was approaching. MCMU was about to start its winter break. On the 28th of January, the batch of students and instructors who went to Nanjiang returned. Chapter 410. The trip to the Nanjiang catacombs had been relatively safe because it was the first time both parties had encountered each other. However, once they entered the catacombs, there was no such thing as a foolproof plan. This time, there was still a situation where the number of people was reduced. An instructor and a student were ambushed by a peak rank for monster when they were mining the mineral veins. The others were further away and could not rescue them in time. Both of them were killed almost instantly in the mine tunnel. It was hard to blame anyone when they encountered such an unexpected situation. Luo Yichuan, who was leading the team, was on guard at the time. The monster hid very well in the beginning. Luo Yichuan's mentality had not reached the stage where he could release it, so he did not sense it. When they arrived, they were already dead. Encountering such a situation, they could only resign themselves to fate. They were used to seeing death. This time, 2 people died. Everyone might feel sad, but it was not to the extent of being too sad. Treating every trip to the catacombs as a final farewell was a martial artist's philosophy. If there were too many casualties, everyone would not be able to accept it. If the casualties were within a reasonable range, other than family and friends who would be sad, everyone else would be sad for a while. Because many of them were injured, Fong Ping and the others who were still in school did not do too much formality. Those who needed to heal healed. Those who needed to cultivate cultivated. This time, everyone had gained a lot in the catacombs. After some time, after digesting what they had gained this time, this batch of instructors and students would improve their strength. Furthermore, this time, everyone had experienced many battles. Many of the students seemed to be much more mature and steady than before. As for the others, some were healing, some were resting. After they had all left, Fong Ping glanced at Qin Yunxi, who had not left. He could not help but rub his temples, smiling. Congratulations. Qin Yunxi, who had only broken through to upper stage rank 3 in mid-December, had actually broken through to peak rank 3 this time. This speed was extremely fast. Qin Yunxi broke into a smile. She could not hide her excitement. It's all because you gave life essence last time. Fong Ping coughed softly and interrupted her. He felt that next time, he should use the term energy essence to define that thing. If anyone mentioned life essence to him again, he would be angry with them. However, Qin Yunxi's breakthrough indeed had a lot to do with energy essence. Although Fong Ping did not give her much last time, Qin Yunxi was only at rank 3. From upper stage to peak rank 3, she did not hone her bones. She only needed to achieve unity of fist force. With the help of the energy essence, Qin Yunxi had fought many times with the enemies in the catacombs. Soon, she had crossed the threshold and stepped into peak rank 3. From the looks of it, maybe you'll break through to rank for earlier than Han Su. Before Fong Ping could finish his sentence, Qin Yunxi said softly, "Let's not talk about others. Fong Ping, it's almost New Year. How are you going to spend it?" Fong Ping was speechless. "How else can I live? Live normally?" "No, that's not what I meant." Although Qin Yunxi was usually reserved and shy, she was extremely bold at this moment. She whispered, "I mean, if it's the New Year, after the New Year, I'll go to Nanjiang to play. What do you think?" Fong Ping coughed lightly. "I'll be returning to Magic City after the New Year. I still have things to do. You just come back. You should go back and rest early." "Oh, then what hobbies do Uncle, Annie, and Sister Fong Yuan have? I'll buy some gifts. Can you deliver them for me?" When Fong Ping heard this, he suddenly laughed. "Hobbies? Fang Yuan likes money. Why don't you give her some? Chen Yunxi was stunned. She had met Fang Yuan before. Fang Yuan had also come to MCMU twice before. However, this hobby that Fang Ping mentioned was so special. No, it was not special. Fang Ping seemed to like money a lot in the past. Fang Ping was joking, but Chen Yunxi pondered for a while. She blinked and nodded. I know. What do Uncle and Auntie like? Fang Ping looked at her deeply for a while. He said softly, don't worry about these things. Work hard on your cultivation. The situation is getting worse. You just come out of the catacombs, so I'm afraid you don't understand it too well. If nothing goes wrong, a great war will break out in the next few years. When that time comes, martial artists below the high ranks will all be cannon fodder. If you and I were normal people, we could ignore all these. If the sky falls, the tall ones will hold it up. But you and I are not. At the very least, I won't sit and wait for disaster to come. Chen Yunxi bit her lip. After a while, she nodded again. I know. I'm too stubborn. Fang Ping, I won't disturb your cultivation. Fang Ping was tired. Women were just like Qin Fengqing said. Troublesome. Forget it. He was too lazy to continue talking. Whatever had to be done, he would do it. Fang Ping did not care about Chen Yunxi anymore. Just like what she said, Chen Yunxi did not show too much. At this moment, she was also seizing the time to cultivate, preparing to break through to rank 4. When these people came back, it was already the 14th of December. At this time, normal universities had already started their winter break. In MCMEU, according to the curriculum, it had also entered the holidays. However, this year, there were very few people who left early. The energy cultivation room and the vitality pool were almost full every day. Some students did not plan to go back for the new year this year. They did not plan to go back, but Fang Ping did. He planned to enter the Magic City catacombs after the new year. Throughout the year, it was rare for him to go home a few times. Even during the summer break, he was still on the northbound road. Every time he went home, he passed by in a hurry. When the new year came, Fang Ping still preferred to spend the new year at home. He did not want to travel all the time and make his family worry. On the 1st of February, the 18th of December, Fang Ping had also settled the school's affairs. The issue of the platform integration had also been confirmed, and it would only be started next semester. After settling all these, Fang Ping packed up and prepared to go home. In the end, when he was about to go home, Li Qing's call forced Fang Ping to delay for a while to go to the company to settle some matters. Distance Company did not seem to be providing as much help to Fang Ping as he had expected. However, Fang Ping did not plan to give up. Now, Distance Company was expanding to the whole country. Express delivery, takeout platform. In Fang Ping's opinion, they still complemented each other. When the e-commerce platform completed its expansion, there might be a time when it would be useful. Moreover, at this moment, Fang Ping had also thought it through. As the situation worsened and technology advanced, once the whole nation really practiced martial arts, then everyone's time would be even tighter. At this time, it would be an opportunity for takeout delivery. Some people, in order to cultivate, might not even have time to go out to eat. But they still had to eat. Before reaching the middle ranks, it was still very necessary to eat. Even at this moment, Fang Ping would not completely give up the habit of eating. Even if he did not eat for a month, he would not feel hungry. In January, the school also gave Fang Ping 600 million as a fee for providing celestiality. This time, Fang Ping did not waste it, throwing it all to Distance Company. Last time, he sold shares of the ordering platform, but no one else had shares in the takeout delivery and express delivery network. Fang Ping now had money, and he did not need it much, so he invested in the company to try. If it could really develop and grow in the future, it might also provide him with tens of billions of wealth. That was not a small amount. The next time the system upgraded, it might be hundreds of billions of wealth. Fang Ping felt that if he wanted to earn hundreds of billions of wealth, it would still be very difficult. Even mining. It was not like there were mines everywhere for him to dig. Mining in the royal city sounded easy, but the royal city's mine veins were extremely well protected. That was walking a tightrope with the risk of being discovered by a rank 9. A little carelessness, and he would lose his life. Unless there was no other way, or if he had a foolproof plan, Fong Ping would not rashly go mining. After settling the company's matters, it was already February 3rd. On this day, Fong Ping decided to go home. Before going home, Fong Ping originally planned to meet with Qin Fengqing to remind him to return early after the new year. In the end, he did not find him. After asking around for a while, Fong Ping found out that Qin Fengqing was hiding somewhere. Tang Feng was back. Not only Tang Feng, but Luo Yichuan had also returned to school. During the freshman year's final exam, Qin Fengqing used a chicken feather as a token of authority, satisfying the craving of being an examiner. This person had almost forgotten what his surname was once he grasped all the power in his hands. During the exam, Qin Fengqing made things difficult for a few freshman students many times. Among them, Tang Wen was the main target of his retaliation. The freshman year's final exam was originally only to test vitality, pole standing progress, and basic combat techniques. For Tang Wen, who had already stepped into rank 2, this was child's play. However, Qin Fengqing insisted on adding an actual combat assessment, saying that he wanted to test everyone's true combat level. This shameless guy personally went up to do the assessment. He was a peak rank for martial artist. Even if he stood there and let Tang Wen hit him, Tang Wen might not be able to do anything to him. In the end, Qin Fengqing was not the kind of Mr. Nice guy who would let others hit him. This guy took the opportunity to beat Tang Wen up. At that time, it was extremely satisfying, and he felt that he had taken his revenge. At the same time, he also beat up a few other freshman genius martial artists. He always felt that these freshman geniuses were too arrogant and needed more polishing. In the end, he changed the assessment content carelessly and even beat up a few low-rank martial artists. Before Chen Jinhua could find him to settle the score, Tang Feng and Luo Yichuan returned one after another. Knowing that Qin Fengqing was a shameless guy who bullied the weak and used his power to bully others, the two of them were angry and went around looking for him to settle the score. Qin Fengqing was not stupid this time. He knew that there would be trouble, so he ran away in advance. No one knew where this guy went. Maybe he had already gone back to his hometown for the new year. They could not even get through to him on the phone. Fong Ping had already expected this, but he did not expect Qin Fengqing to personally beat someone up. He thought that Qin Fengqing would increase the assessment difficulty for Tang Wen, just to make things difficult for her. He did not expect Qin Fengqing to be so straightforward and just beat her up. Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. This guy was really narrow-minded. Unable to find him, Fong Ping did not continue looking. He would try to call him later. This guy could not hide for long. Without resources to cultivate, he was even more anxious than Fong Ping. He would show up sooner or later. Before leaving, Fong Ping met Chen Yunxi downstairs in the dormitory building. Chen Yunxi, who had not gone back yet, had purposely waited for him here. She had even brought him a gift. There were 3 gifts. 2 of them were for his parents. They were not 2 special gifts, just ordinary daily necessities. The 3rd gift was for Fong Yuan. This gift was done with all her heart. It was a cute crystal doll with a round face. The key was not that, but the doll was holding a huge gold ingot in its hand. Fong Ping weighed it in his hand. After a while, he did not know whether to laugh or cry. Is this real gold? The gold ingot was made of real gold. Chen Yunxi smiled and nodded. She said, "Don't you think it's cute? I think Sister Fong Yuan will definitely like it." Fong Ping smiled bitterly. "I think she will like it too." It might not be because she liked this cute doll. The key was that the ingot was made of gold, and the doll itself was made of natural crystal. This cartoon doll was not cheap to make. Of course, for martial artists, especially for Chen Yunxi's family, which had a grandmaster who was about to enter rank 8, this was not a big deal. Not to mention her family's financial situation. Even Chen Yunxi herself had gained a lot from her trip to the Nanjiang catacombs. Fong Ping stuffed the doll into the box, smiling and shaking his head. Fong Yuan would be overjoyed if she got it, right? He did not reject it. He stuffed the things into the car, thought for a while, and said, "I won't give you anything. As for Vice-Chancellor Chun and your parents, please send my regards." "Okay. Be careful on the way." Chen Yunxi did not mind. She waved and watched Fong Ping get into the car. Fong Ping got into the car and drove away. not long after Fong Ping drove away from MCMAU. Somewhere in Nanjiang, in an ordinary residential building, in a small house, there were a few men and women gathered at the moment. One of the middle-aged men hung up the phone and said lightly, "Fong Ping has left MCMAU. Sir, are we really going to attack Fong Ping?" As soon as the middle-aged man finished speaking, an old man beside him frowned slightly. When he saw the middle-aged man looking at him, he bowed slightly and said, "Fong Ping is only a rank 5 martial artist. He has no influence on the overall situation. If we attack him rashly and draw out a few of MCMU's Grandmaster powerhouses, I think the losses outweigh the gains." The middle-aged man said coldly, "Fong Ping is not a dispensable existence. It was because of him that a few of our divine sect's Lord Guardians were killed. The divine sect will never forget this." As for Fong Ping himself, this time in the Nanjiang catacombs, he played a huge role and influence. Li Chongqing and Lu Polu are both from MCMAU. Without Fong Ping's help, these two might not have helped Nanjiang. In the end, Li Chongqing killed a rank 8 martial artist, causing the situation in the Nanjiang catacombs to change. The old man was a little hesitant, but after a moment, he still said, "I'm worried that if we kill Fong Ping, MCMU will become our enemy. Right now, MCMU only cares about Magic City. The Grandmaster powerhouses in the university don't care about other things. Besides, sir, our goal is not to kill or injure human powerhouses." But the old man had not finished his sentence when the middle-aged man's expression turned cold instantly. He said coldly, "What are you questioning? The divine sect and the catacombs are not on the same side. The divine sect's goal is also to resist the catacombs' invasion. But now, some stubborn people are preventing us from completely eliminating the catacombs' threat. It's all because of these people that there are more and more passageways and territories that are connected. If we had implemented the divine sect strategy earlier, targeting one of the territories and completely connecting the world barrier between Earth and one of the territories, then the suppression of the rules would no longer exist. We can totally enter the catacombs world through one of the territories and slaughter those catacombs powerhouses, completely annihilating them. And not like now, constantly being nibbled away by others." Everyone did not say anything else. The old man who questioned earlier was silent for a while, then said again, "Sir, the Pope once said that humans' life, energy, and vitality force are absorbed in large amounts by the passageways. Only then can we connect and expand these territory passageways and completely integrate them." The old man did not say anything doubtful, but his meaning was clear. The middle-aged man looked at him coldly and said, "Of course it's true. Sacrificing some people to completely connect the world barrier is feasible. Are you questioning the Pope's words? Do you know why the more people there are, the more likely it is that a passageway will appear? Because as long as humans are alive, they will constantly emit vitality force. This is the catalyst for the opening of the passageway. The world passageway doesn't exist in the first place, but because there are too many people, the vitality force produced is too strong and overflows into the void, triggering the opening of the passageway. Therefore, some people must be sacrificed, not only to completely connect the world barrier, but also to reduce the chances of other passageways opening. You may think that it's cruel, but compared to the survival of mankind, the death of some people will allow the survival of others to be better. Completely opening up a realm and letting martial practitioners and ordinary people fight in that realm. Even if they died, it would only affect that realm, not the whole world." The stubborn people were not unaware of all this, but they still chose the stupidest method, which was to let Earth be constantly nibbled away. If this continued, mankind would be destroyed by their hands sooner or later. People like Li Chongqing are hailed as heroes of mankind. But little do they know that it is precisely because of the existence of these idiots that mankind's situation is getting more and more difficult. If these idiots are willing to sacrifice for mankind, then let them die in the catacombs. As for Fong Ping, not only did he join forces with Zhang Dingnan and the rest to lure and kill the divine sex guardian, he himself is also a stubborn person. No, the martial arts university instructors and students are all stubborn people. It is because of them that the seemingly great sacrifice is actually fishing for fame, making mankind more and more dangerous, more and more difficult. Now, before a full-scale war breaks out, we must completely open one or a few passageways, connecting the boundaries. Move the humans from other areas to these boundaries. Without humans living, the passageways may close automatically. Perhaps, the old man murmured. These words obviously meant that he was not sure. This was gambling with the future of mankind. The old man's murmur made the middle-aged man's gaze turn colder. Even you are starting to doubt? Are you starting to waver? Sooner or later, you will understand that the divine sect is the true savior of mankind. For the sake of mankind, why can't we sacrifice some people? Nowadays, those stubborn people are also prepared to sacrifice some people to buy time for mankind, aren't they? However, those stupid fellows have not learned their lesson. Ordinary people are the ones who should be sacrificed the most. If 90% of mankind died and 10% of the elites were left, they would be better off than they are now, instead of letting elite martial artists be sacrificed like now. This is the most stupid policy in 100 years. A large number of mankind's hopes have been buried in the catacombs by these idiots. And what kind of people are they feeding? Those mediocre people who only know how to eat, drink, poop, and sleep, enjoying peace and stability, and still complaining about the injustice of society. If someone has to die, it should be these people who die first, not them. Thoughts flashed through the middle-aged man's mind. Finally, the indifference on his face dissipated, and he said softly, "No matter what, we must kill Fong Ping. In Magic City, it is not convenient for us to make a move. But in Nanjiang, there are not many powerhouses in Nanjiang now. Of course, it is not convenient for the Lord Guardians to make a move this time. It is easy to be targeted. Leave the task of killing Fong Ping to us. Fong Ping is very strong. This can be seen in the championship. After breaking through rank 5, he may be comparable to a peak rank 5 martial artist. Therefore, this time, I will make a move personally. Protector Zheng and Protector Mei, follow me." As soon as he said that, everyone in the house was a little surprised. The middle-aged man was a peak rank 6 powerhouse. Of the two protectors whose names were called, the old man was also a rank 6 powerhouse. To kill a young man who had just entered rank 5, one of them was a peak rank 6 and 2 ranks XS. Under the circumstances that no high ranks were involved, it was already extremely important. Last time, to kill Fong Ping, they sent out high ranks, which resulted in many high ranks dying in battle. Nowadays, the higher-ups of mankind were keeping a close eye on them. Sending out high ranks would also easily attract attention. Under this premise, 3 rank SXS, killing a martial artist who had just entered rank 5, was already thinking highly of Fong Ping. The middle-aged man had already made his decision. Even he himself was going to make a move personally. The old man did not say anything more. He only said slightly hesitantly, "Do we do it in Sun City?" The middle-aged man nodded. In Sun City, Fong Ping would not run. At least, he would not run unless he was in despair. That was because his family was there. In other places, if a rank 5 martial artist was determined to escape, even a rank 6 might not be able to kill him easily. Of course, it would be best if Fong Ping's family did not die so easily. If they died, Fong Ping would have no worries, and it would be difficult to kill him. If he escaped back to Magic City, killing Fong Ping in Magic City was not their goal. As he thought about it, the middle-aged man said again, "Take action on New Year's Eve." On that day, a large number of powerhouses would enter the catacombs to guard the catacombs. After they killed Fong Ping, they could also maximize their safety and escape quickly. This time, Fong Ping must die. Chapter 411. Sun City. It was already the 20th of the 12th lunar month when Fong Ping returned. The festive atmosphere of a small city was much stronger than that of a big city. The streets and alleys of a small Sun City were filled with people. Fong Ping did not tell anyone that he was back. He had received many calls even before he reached home. In Nanjiang, the House of Governors had asked about Fong Ping's itinerary. In other words, The House of Governors was prepared to send him some festive gifts. Fong Ping wanted some peace and quiet when he returned home, so he rejected their good intentions. Other than the House of Governors, people called from Sun City and auspicious Sun City. A few of his high school classmates also called to ask if he was coming back for the new year. Fong Ping's reputation had risen since the second martial arts university championship. He was no longer the minor celebrity he once was. Now, he was known as the #1 person in Sino Nation Martial Arts University. Although this title was limited to students, being the #1 in the country was still a well-known title. Scenic Lake Gardens. Fong Ping opened the door and entered. Fong Yuan, who was lying on the sofa watching TV, poked her head out and looked at him. Then, she retracted her head and continued watching TV. Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. Was this girl seeing things? Your brother is back. Gun gun? Humph. Fong Yuan, your brother is back. Didn't you see him? I saw him. Then why are you ignoring me, you stupid girl? Fong Yuan poked her head out again and said angrily, I don't want to talk to you. You lied to me. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. Who told this girl? Had his talent been exposed? As he thought about it, Fong Yuan pouted and said pitifully, You said my talent could increase, and you even gave me medicine to increase it. But it's been so many days and my talent hasn't increased at all. Now, my vitality is stuck at 179 calories. Fong Ping, you big liar. Fong Ping was stunned for a moment before he realized what she was talking about. He was speechless and said impatiently, Nonsense. Isn't this normal? 180 calories twice honed. You're stuck here? It means my talent is still too low. Her words made sense. Fong Ping could not refute her. He changed his shoes and entered the house, smiling. What's the rush? It's normal to be stuck for a while when you hit a bottleneck. But your twice honing shouldn't be a problem. You'll probably be fine in a few days. Although twice honing had a requirement for talent, it was not too high. Usually, the children of powerhouses could be twice honed. Was it because the children of the strong were more talented? That may not be the case. Twice honing was different from thrice honing. If he was willing to spend money, it was not impossible to throw it in. Of course, there was a limit to the human body. Some people really couldn't hit it. However, since Fong Yuan was able to reach the hurdle of 179 calories, twice honing should not be too difficult. This girl's progress was slightly faster than Fong Ping had expected. Fong Ping had thought that the girl would only be able to complete her twice honing at the end of her first year of high school. It had only been a semester. However, this also had something to do with the recent increase in energy concentration in Sun City. Nowadays, humans cultivated much faster than before. Many ordinary people could reach 110 calories and above in vitality just by standing a little closer to the passageway, without taking any pills. In the past 2 years, students with 110 calories had been the talk of the town. Fong Yuan seemed to be in a better mood after hearing Fong Ping's words. She rested her head on the sofa and asked uncertainly, Can I really twice hone? Of course. Fong Ping chuckled and went forward to pat her head. He grinned and said, What a big pig head. You're the pig head. Fong Yuan rolled her eyes at him. Her mood improved and her smile returned. She said happily, Fong Ping, does that mean I'll be a martial artist soon? I don't know. Fong Ping said casually. He looked around and asked, Where's Mom and Dad? Dad's still at work. Mom went shopping with Annie Chun and the others. Fong Yuan suddenly saw the gift bag that Fong Ping had placed at the side. Seeing that Fong Ping had gone to pour tea, Fong Yuan sneakily poked her head out to take a look. Then, she hurriedly opened the gift. When she opened the gift box that contained the Yuan Bao doll, Fong Yuan's eyes widened. It's so cute. She turned her head to look at Fong Ping, who was still pouring water in the kitchen. Fong Yuan suppressed her joy and said, Brother, did you bring me a gift this time? I forgot. Maybe next time. Why don't we go to the supermarket to buy some for you during the new year? Oh, someone asked me to bring some gifts for a friend. Don't touch them. It'll be hard to explain if you ruin the packaging. A friend's? Fong Yuan was stunned. She stared at the crystal doll in her hand and said gloomily, You didn't bring me a gift. We're family. I can buy one whenever I want. But, Fang Yuan looked at the exquisite doll in her hand and then at the golden yuan bao in her arms. The more she looked at it, the more she liked it. Moreover, this doll looked very much like her. Seriously, brother. I thought he bought it for me. Fang Yuan was unhappy. She stuffed the doll into the gift bag and pouted without saying anything. Out of sight, out of mind. In the kitchen, Fang Ping grinned. He entered the living room with a cup of tea in hand. Seeing that Fang Yuan had returned to her angry state, he chuckled. Are you angry? No. Look at you. You're almost a martial artist. Why don't you have any self-control? After teasing his sister for a while, Fang Ping was in a good mood. He chuckled. All right, I was just joking. The gift is for you. Do you like it? Really? Fang Yuan felt like she was on a roller coaster. She hurriedly took out the doll. Fang Ping chuckled. Girl, I'm not done yet. Do you see that golden yuan bao? It's real gold. Gold? Fang Yuan's eyes curved into crescents. She suddenly coughed softly and regained her composure. She said calmly, I only like the doll's appearance. I don't like gold at all. Fang Ping sneered. Fang Yuan looked embarrassed. It's true. I'm rich now. I don't care about gold. You? How much money do you have? Tell me. I'm not telling you. Fang Yuan looked proud. I'm rich now. Now, she had really started a big business. Yuan Ping Club had even started Yuan Ping Company. Now, she had businesses all over Sun City. 5 stationery stores and 3 snack stores. She was about to open her 9th chain store. Fang Yuan had spent all her money. A few rich people from Yuan Ping Club had also invested a portion of the money to open Yuan Ping Corporation. Although they were not earning much at the moment, Fang Yuan believed that they would make a lot of money sooner or later. Initially, she wanted to start another business, but after some thought, she gave up. She was a little scared. Someone had leaked the news, but a few days ago, many people had approached her, wanting to start a company with her. These people had hundreds of millions in cash. They wanted to partner with her to open a martial arts dojo, do other things with her, and even develop real estate. Fang Yuan did not even have to fork out any money. As long as she was in the company, she could earn a huge sum of dividends every year. She could even get a lot of shares. After a while, Fang Yuan did not dare to say that she wanted to start a company. In the end, she was unwilling to give up and opened a few small shops. They were not big enough, but there were enough of them. She was already the boss of 8 shops. Fang Yuan was overjoyed. Fang Ping smiled and did not say anything else. Do you really think I don't know? He did not really care about this in Magic City, but his father was still at home. As the deputy director of Sun City's municipal government office, old Fang did not get promoted this time, but his treatment had increased. He could enjoy the benefits of a full-time employee. His daughter was in Sun City. How could she hide something from him? As soon as the shops opened, Fang Ping heard the news from his father. Even so, Fang Ping was too lazy to care. The few shops this girl had opened were not even enough for her to produce and sell on her own. The Yuan Ping Club students bought stationery and snacks from these few shops, and they even had to give discounts to their own people. What kind of money could they earn? Fang Ping did not expose her, and Fang Yuan did not want to flaunt her wealth. At least, she was not as rich as her brother. It would be a blow to her. She played with the doll in her hands. The more she looked at it, the more she liked it. She giggled. Fang Ping, you're really generous this time. I thought you would buy me a few new clothes at most. Fang Ping chuckled. If it were me, I wouldn't want to buy anything. If I want to buy something, I'll buy it myself. Someone else gave it to you. Someone else? Fang Yuan was stunned. Then, she asked in surprise, a guy or a girl? A girl. You're in a relationship? Fang Yuan was shocked. She said in disbelief, You can find a girlfriend too? Fang Ping felt bad when he heard that. He said with a dark expression, What do you mean? Your brother, and the center of attraction. Which girl doesn't like me? Why does it sound like no one wants me when you say it? Did this girl know how to speak? Fang Yuan shook her head hurriedly. No, I mean, I think it'll be hard for you to find a girlfriend. Although she said that, Fang Yuan said sourly, Who's that girl? Brother, now that you found a girlfriend, are you not going home anymore? You're not going to buy me a present? Also, is that girl ugly? Why are you in such a hurry to find a girlfriend? You don't even know her. Why don't you wait a few more years? Many of my friends are very beautiful. It'll be nice to have someone I know as my girlfriend. It'll be nice to have someone from Yuan Ping Club as my sister-in-law. In the future, I'll still be in charge of the Fong family. Fong Ping could not be bothered with her. He chuckled. Don't talk nonsense. What girlfriend? Friends. Female friends. Do you understand? Fong Ping did not say much. He quickly changed the topic. While I'm at home these few days, cultivate well. See if you can complete the twice honing. She had completed the twice honing. 3 honing was probably out of the question. This girl should be able to officially become a martial artist soon. However, Fong Ping looked at her tiny head and said, don't be in a hurry to break through even if you've completed the twice honing. Wait a little longer. If one broke through to martial artist too early, their bones would really be set in place. This girl was only so tall now. Although Fong Ping thought she was cute, if she really became a dwarf, she would look ugly. Girls at this age grew quickly. When they were almost there, it did not matter if their bones were set in place. As for her appearance, baby fat and small round face, these had nothing to do with her bones. He would let this girl grow however she wanted. The siblings chatted. Not long after, Li Yueying came back from shopping, carrying a few bags of things. Fong Mingrong came back early that night. He asked a few simple questions about Fong Ping's life in school, but Fong Mingrong did not say much. Although he did not ask in detail, it did not mean that Fong Mingrong knew nothing. At least he knew one thing. A few days ago, his son had become the Secretary General of Magic City Martial Arts University's School Council. This was a semi-official matter. People from other places might not have noticed. However, in Sun City, there were still many people who were concerned about Fong Ping's situation. When the news of Fong Ping becoming the Secretary General of MCMU's school council came out, the entire city government was talking about it. When Sun City's commander, Bai Jinshan, met Fong Mingrong, he half-jokingly said that he would have to call Fong Ping leader when he met him in the future. This was not a joke. According to the administrative level, MCMU was on the same level as the House of Governors. The school council was MCMAU's core organization. Other than the vice-chancellor, the other members of the school council were similar in status to the other deputy governors in Nanjiang's House of Governors. According to rank, Fong Ping was a few ranks higher than Bai Jinshan. Fong Ping was not a good analogy, but the other person was Bai Jinshan's superior, Wang Jinyang, who was the real deputy governor. Wang Jinyang had lost to Fong Ping before, and NMU was not much better than MCMAU. Based on this, Fong Ping's status was even higher. The small Sun City had produced 2 young prodigies. Recently, Bai Jinshan's hair had almost turned white from worry. This was both a good and a bad thing. The good thing was that Sun City was famous, and they had more confidence. The bad thing was that Sun City was famous, and its status was high. A peak rank 3 commander seemed too weak. Originally, it was not bad for a county-level city's commander to reach peak rank 3. Now, however, he seemed too weak. Fong Ping could not care less about Bai Jinshan's matters, and he would not care. Whoever became Sun City's commander had little to do with him, as long as it was not that idiot Qin Fengqing. During dinner, Fong Yuan told his parents that the gift Fong Ping brought back was not bought by him, but by a girl. This made his parents ask about it for a while. Fong Ping did not hide it from them. Of course, he did not say much, just briefly mentioning Chen Yunxi. Fong Ping did not stand out too much when he returned to Sun City. He went home for peace and quiet, and he did not want to be disturbed. Even when Wu Zhihao mentioned the class reunion, Fong Ping politely declined. It was okay to meet up once before he left, but not now. During the few days at home, while his parents prepared for the new year, Fong Ping did not idle. He honed his meridians and cultivated combat techniques while guiding Fong Yuan's cultivation. His meridian honing speed was not too slow. These days, Fong Ping had already honed 4 of his 14 main meridians, which was considered extremely fast. It had only been less than 20 days since he broke through on the 15th. The difficulty of honing main meridians was slightly higher than minor meridians. Reshaping meridians was also a work of effort. 1 main meridian in 5 days was considered fast. If this continued, he could completely reshape his main meridians in 2 months. 206 minor meridians. The speed should be even faster. Maybe 10 months would be enough. However, in the past year, Fong Ping was less motivated to cultivate. These days, his main focus was on combat techniques, including the cultivation of half-golden body. The difficulty of cultivating half-golden body was slightly lower. Fong Ping only needed to use large amounts of vitality to constantly cleanse his flesh and meridians. He did not need to care too much about other things. February 6th, 23rd of the 12th lunar month. Wang Jinyang, who did not come back for the New Year last year, returned to Sun City this year. Like Fong Ping, Wang Jinyang kept a low profile when he came back. Fong Ping knew that he was back, but the two of them did not meet up. New Year's Eve was approaching. It would not be too late to meet up and talk after the New Year. In the next few days, the New Year atmosphere in Sun City grew stronger. The Fong family was also immersed in celebration. With Fong Yuan at home, it could not be lonely. This girl was busy everywhere. When Fong Ping arrived home, he had to listen to her and was ordered around. For example, cleaning was Fong Ping's responsibility. There was no other reason. Fong Ping could fly. Fong Ping was the most suitable person for cleaning windows. Fong Yuan even suggested that Fong Ping should take advantage of the new year to open a cleaning company to help people clean. Fong Ping almost squeezed her face into a steamed bun. Asking a rank 5 powerhouse to clean? How could this girl say that? Busy. Fong Ping threw the catacombs matters and MCMU matters to the back of his mind. Before he became a martial artist, he only thought about becoming a martial artist, about becoming a Superman. When he became a real martial artist and learned about the catacombs, the pressure followed. Although Fong Ping usually appeared relaxed, in reality, he had always been under a lot of pressure. He did not worry about the future of mankind. That was not his responsibility, at least not now. He did not have the right to do so. He did it for himself, for his family, for his friends. The catacombs passageways kept opening, and the threat grew. Before the two sides entered a full-scale war, if he did not have the strength, he could not even protect himself, not to mention others. The increasing pressure made him want to change something. That was why there were a series of changes in MCMAU. Otherwise, Fong Ping might not have done it. With a sense of relief after letting go of the pressure, Fong Ping's days at home were quite enjoyable. Chapter 412. 13th of February. New Year's Eve. Sun City was filled with the sound of firecrackers since morning. Scenic lake gardens. On New Year's Eve, the Fangs were especially lively. The one who caused the commotion was none other than Fong Yuan. On the night of the 12th, Fong Yuan broke through the barrier and completed her twice honing under the stimulation of Fong Ping's energy stones. This girl's control over her strength was very weak. Things were getting lively now that she had just completed her twice honing. Early in the morning, Li Yueying was busy in the kitchen. Fong Yuan insisted on helping, but everything she brought was destroyed. Li Yueying was so angry that she pushed her daughter away a few times and finally chased her daughter away. Fong Yuan destroyed everything in her way from the kitchen. A twice-honed aspiring martial artist was not very strong, but she was not much weaker than a beginner rank 1 martial artist. She still destroyed a lot of things in the house. Fong Ping held in his laughter for a while as he watched her walk carefully. Fong Yuan was not strong. If she had been like Fong Ping, the floor would have been trampled, not to mention New Year's Eve. Fong Yuan had become a destructive maniac. The Fangs did not care about things like this anymore. If they broke, they could just replace them. Fong Yuan could not stand it, though. She was on the verge of tears. The phone she had just bought with money had been crushed by her. The teddy bear she usually hugged to sleep had been torn to shreds by her the night before. In the morning, she realized that it had been shattered into many pieces. Now, she did not even dare to return to her room. She could only sit in the living room obediently, motionless. Even when Fong Ping walked up to her maliciously and pinched her cheeks hard, she did not move. She could not control her strength. She had fought back and punched Fong Ping, but she had used too much force. Fong Ping was fine, but her hand was almost swollen. Now that Fong Ping had come to bully her again, Fong Yuan felt wronged. She shouted, "Dad, Fong Ping is bullying me again." Fong Mingrong, who was pasting couplets, only smiled and did not reply. A house like this was lively enough. Fong Ping was overjoyed. He pinched her cheeks and smiled. "What do you know, little girl? I'm helping you get used to your strength." "Who are you trying to fool? Who would need to pinch their cheeks to get used to their strength? It's true. Your strength is concentrated on your face. I'm helping you to disperse it so you can get used to it faster." "I don't believe you." "It's fine if you don't believe me. Besides, you've just broken through, so your face has accumulated too much energy. If I don't dispel this energy, you'll have a big fat face for the rest of your life. Although I think it looks good, do you like it?" Fong Yuan was dubious when he said that, but he did feel blood rushing to his cheeks. However, this feeling was quite familiar. It was almost the same feeling when Fong Ping pinched his face in the past. Fong Yuan was skeptical, but Fong Ping said with a straight face, "Trust me, I'm serious. Of course, if you don't mind having a round face, you don't need my help." She would rather believe it than not, so she accepted her fate and allowed Fong Ping to pinch her cheeks as he pleased. After teasing his sister for a while, Fong Ping did not continue to bully her. He chuckled and went about his own business. On New Year's Eve, there were a lot of phone calls this year. If others wish him a Happy New Year, he had to wish them a Happy New Year too. However, Old Man Li, Lu Fengru, and the others were all in closed-door cultivation now, so there was no need to disturb them. Both of them were working hard to become true grandmasters. Before Fong Ping left the university, they had gone into closed-door cultivation and had not shown their faces since. While Fong Ping's family was enjoying themselves, a small car was parked by the roadside outside scenic lake gardens. There were 3 people in the car. The middle-aged man sat in the back. He glanced at a tall building in the district and said in a low voice, "We'll act as soon as it gets dark." In the front row, Guardian Plum, the old man from before, said softly, "Do we attack him directly or lure him out?" The middle-aged man said in a low voice, "Attack him directly. Of course, we don't have to kill his family. If we don't have to kill them, we don't." After saying that, the middle-aged man added, "To prevent him from escaping, Guardian Plum will attack first. Let him feel that there's a chance of survival." Fong Ping is an extremely confident person. Guardian Plum is an early-stage rank 6. Plus, his family is here. He might not be afraid and run away immediately. As long as we fight him, Fong Ping will be entangled. He won't be able to escape. The middle-aged man made some arrangements. If a rank 5 encountered a rank 6 and fled before the fight started, he might not be able to kill Fong Ping. However, if Fong Ping were to engage in combat with someone, he would definitely be entangled. He would not even be able to escape. As for holding Fong Ping's family hostage to threaten him, very few martial artists would do such a thing. It was meaningless. Television was just television. Capturing his family and forcing Fong Ping to cripple his own martial arts was an idiotic move. As long as one wasn't stupid, no one would do such a thing. He knew that the other party wanted to kill him, but he still crippled his own martial arts. Not only would he not be able to save others, he would also die. Such an idiot would die in vain. Guardian Plum was just an early-stage rank 6. Fong Ping might not run away without a fight. Of course, they could not rule out the possibility that Fong Ping was cold-blooded enough to abandon his family and flee after sensing Guardian Plum's aura. In response to this situation, the middle-aged man also made arrangements. Another protector was waiting outside to prevent Fong Ping from escaping. On the other hand, he would follow Guardian Plum. As long as Fong Ping didn't choose to escape, he would find an opportunity to kill him. After that, the middle-aged man looked out of the window again. The sky had already darkened. A cold glint flashed in the middle-aged man's eyes. It seemed like Fong Ping would not have the chance to eat this reunion dinner. In scenic lake gardens, Fong Ping was still on the phone. The phone call was from Chen Yunxi. Fong Ping did not say much. He could hear a cold snort coming from the other side of the phone. A certain old man was listening in on his granddaughter's phone call again. Fong Ping was helpless against Chun Yaoding, the old man who liked to eavesdrop. "I didn't say anything. It's your granddaughter talking. What's the point of you snorting and snorting? Chen Yunxi said a lot, especially asking if Fong Ping's parents and sister liked the gift she bought. At that moment, the sound of breathing over the phone became heavy. Old man Chen looked like he was about to explode. His granddaughter was rushing to throw herself at him. That bastard Fong Ping. He did not see any gifts. Fong Ping did not provoke the old man anymore. He was afraid that the old man would come after him during the new year. After chatting with Chen Yunxi for a while, Fong Ping hung up. After he hung up, Fong Yuan, who was beside him, tried to sneak away. She used too much force and almost knocked over the potted plants on the balcony. Fong Ping was speechless. He grabbed her by the neck and lifted her up. Watching the girl struggle, a satisfied smile appeared on his face. Very good, I found my chance. He had wanted to experience this feeling for a long time. Every time, he would be lifted up. Now, grabbing someone else by the neck and lifting them up felt really good. Fong Yuan looked embarrassed. Fong Ping was becoming more and more of a bully. It's very embarrassing. Okay. After the siblings fooled around for a while, the sky started to darken. In the kitchen, Li Yueying had prepared the New Year's Eve dinner and started to serve the dishes. Time to eat. Following his mother's call, Fong Ping put Fong Yuan down and prepared to eat. At that moment, the sky was already dark. Fong Ping had just taken a few steps when he suddenly frowned slightly. He tilted his head and looked out the window. Fong Yuan rubbed her neck and asked curiously, "What's wrong?" "Nothing." Fong Ping gave a perfunctory reply, his brows still furrowed. That feeling earlier, vitality fluctuation? Now his mentality had reached more than 800 hertz. His senses were very sharp. Catacombs powerhouses and human powerhouses could detect each other from thousands of miles away. This was all because of the strength of their mentality. Mentality's sensing and attack range were different. A rank 7 powerhouse's mentality attack range might only be 100 meters, but their sensing ability was more than that. It was possible to expand it by 10 times. However, outside the district, more than a few hundred meters away from the building, Fong Ping only had a weak sense. It was not very obvious. Are there martial artists passing by? Fong Ping muttered to himself. The vitality fluctuation earlier was very weak. He even suspected that he had sensed it wrongly. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping's ears twitched again. After honing his ossicles, his hearing was also very good. When Fong Ping's ears started to vibrate, countless voices nearby poured into his ears, making him dizzy. "Hubby, Happy New Year's Eve. Daddy, I want to eat. I'm so hungry." Voices came from all around him. Fong Ping even heard some voices that he should not have heard. He cursed silently. It was not even night yet. Today was New Year's Eve. Was this how the two of them celebrated New Year's Eve? Cursing aside, Fong Ping quickly ignored these voices and listened in the direction from earlier. After a while, Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. He did not hear anything. The only thing worth noticing was a few weak breaths. That was not the point. The point was that the breaths were very long. After a long time, there would be a breath. Only martial artists would do this. Fong Ping took a deep breath, his heart beating slightly. Was it a martial artist passing by? Not necessarily. Seeing that Fong Yuan was still looking at him, Fong Ping waved his hand and said, "Go eat first. Brother, go." After forcefully sending Fong Yuan away, Fong Ping thought for a while and dialed a number. As soon as the call connected, he said quickly, "There's a martial artist outside my district." "What rank?" "I don't know. I'll be there in a minute." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "Come and take my family away. I can fight or retreat, please." Fong Ping, "Brother Wang, please." "All right. I'll inform Commander Bai, who's stationed at Auspicious Peace. Auspicious Peace is only about 100 li from here. If Commander Bai goes all out, he'll be here in 10 minutes at most." That being said, the other party was a Grandmaster powerhouse stationed at Auspicious Peace. It was hard to say if he would come. After all, Commander Bai had to be responsible for the Nanjiang catacombs. Even if he really agreed to come, he still had to make arrangements. 10 minutes, that was the best he could hope for. It still depended on Commander Bai's speed. Fong Ping did not say much and hung up quickly. After thinking for a while, he sent a few more text messages. Although there might not be any danger at the moment, and it could be a martial artist passing by. It was the new year. What was a martial artist doing outside his district instead of spending the new year at home? Fong Ping had never been stingy with assuming the worst of others. It was better to be safe than sorry. Fong Ping valued his own life and the safety of his family very much. Back then, Huang Bin upstairs might have done him harm. Fong Ping was not even a martial artist. His first thought was to strike first and gain the upper hand. Now, even if it was a martial artist passing by, Fong Ping would not let his guard down. Moreover, he had offended a lot of people. The first thing that came to Fong Ping's mind was not the evil sect, but the two major companies. Some of the recent changes in MCMAU had infringed on the interests of the two major companies. It was not incomprehensible for people to do the impossible for the sake of profit. Fong Ping inhaled slightly. Seeing that his parents and sister were waiting for him in the dining room, he walked over and said softly, "Dad, Mom, leave the house first. Take the stairs downstairs. Don't leave the floor. Find a random staircase and wait for a while." "Brother." Ping Ping. Fong Ping smiled and said, "It's okay. I might be overthinking, but you guys go first. If there's nothing else, we'll come back for dinner." Fong Mingrong glanced at his son. Seeing that he was holding a Chongdao, he nodded and said, "Okay. Be careful." "Brother." Fong Yuan gritted her teeth and said in a low voice, "It won't be dangerous, right?" "Of course." "All right, that's enough. Let's go down first." Fong Mingrong hesitated no more. He dragged Li Yueying, who still wanted to ask more questions, and left. Fong Yuan looked reluctant, but she said nothing more and quickly followed her parents. Once his family had left, Fong Ping did not act rashly. Instead, he chose to wait. At this moment, Fong Ping was standing on the balcony, deliberately revealing himself. His mentality and hearing were fully activated. He observed carefully, looking back at the house from time to time, as if he was talking to someone. After a while, Fong Ping's phone rang. "We're here. Don't come through the front door." "I know. My parents are in the corridor. Don't come over yet. Wait. If they don't make a move, then don't. Once they do, bring them away immediately." Fong Ping. Wang Jinyang exhaled and said in a low voice, "Okay, I know. Delay is the main thing." As he said that, Wang Jinyang said, "Commander Bai agreed to come, but today is New Year's Eve. There aren't enough powerhouses stationed on the ground. Commander Bai needs to delay for a while to make arrangements." Fong Ping was not surprised. No matter how important Fong Ping's safety was, it was not as important as the Nanjiang catacombs. Commander Bai was currently the strongest powerhouse in Nanjiang. He was also a member of the military department. He would not leave his post without permission. It was already very difficult for him to agree to come back. "I know. I hope I can make it." "It's okay." After saying that, Wang Jinyang hung up the phone without saying anything else. He did not investigate. It would be troublesome if someone found out. If they really had ill intentions towards Fong Ping, the person would not be weak. If they had no ill intentions, it would be fine even if they made a mistake. Both he and Fong Ping were prodigies. Even if there was a misunderstanding, the Grandmaster would not be offended by a few polite words of thanks. It was at this moment that Fong Ping suddenly stopped talking. The few breathing sounds that he had been paying attention to were heard. He's still by the window. Outside the district, the middle-aged man frowned slightly. He stared at the floor Fong Ping was on. Seeing that Fong Ping seemed to be on the phone, he muttered, "It's already dark. Should we make a move now?" The old man said, "Let's wait a little longer. If we go now, we'll be easily discovered." The middle-aged man frowned. After a moment, he said, "We're not waiting anymore. Time is of the essence. Guardian Plum, you make the first move. I'll go to the other side and attack at the same time." The old man nodded. Without delay, he got out of the car. The other person got out too, but he did not move. Instead, he stayed where he was. The middle-aged man got out of the car at the same time, but he did not walk. Instead, he used flight step and disappeared into the horizon. Inside the house, Fong Ping cursed silently. As expected, they were here for him. Moreover, the other party was going to make a move now. It was faster than he had expected. It seemed like he could not delay until Commander Bai arrived. Taking a deep breath, Fong Ping held onto his Changdao. He could not leave now. If he did, the other party might destroy the entire building in a fit of rage. However, if they fought he could escape, the other party would not waste too much time here. At this moment, Fong Ping concealed all his aura. He set up layers of mentality barriers in front of him. He also condensed streams of celestiality in his hands and quickly channeled them into the chaos-vanquishing saber. There was more than one person. He would kill one first. Large amounts of celestiality were channeled into the saber. Fong Ping's palms became a bloody mess. His golden bones exuded a faint golden glow. At this moment, he was ready for his strongest attack. He could not tell how strong the other party was, but he was sure that they were not high-ranked. Fong Ping was sure of this. Chapter 413. Beside the balcony, Fong Ping held the hilt of his saber, adjusting his breathing slightly. When his mentality sensed two auras approaching each other. In the next moment, Fong Ping did not wait any longer. In a battle in a residential building, once the floor collapsed, there would not be many survivors in the building. Kill! Fong Ping did not bellow out this roar, but roared in his heart. His body was like a lifeless rock, smashing through the glass of the balcony directly, charging out instantly. A dazzling ray of light cut through the void, illuminating the dark night. When the old man who had just broken through the void felt the approaching saber gleam, his face turned pale instantly. Save! Before he could shout for help, the saber gleam slashed through the air with a rumble, descending on him. Bang! In the next moment, a huge explosion was heard in midair. The old man did not even have time to defend, ambushed by Fong Ping's full-force saber, exploding directly. The moment the explosion was heard, Fong Ping also felt a strong sense of danger. With a roar, his body shone with golden light. Boom! The moment Fong Ping dashed out of the room, the middle-aged man who was about to ambush him from the side attacked instantly, punching Fong Ping. The mentality barrier was shattered instantly. In the next moment, the fist force penetrated. The flesh on Fong Ping's chest exploded in the blink of an eye. There were differences between rank 6. Fong Ping had never fought with a real peak rank 6 powerhouse, even when he was being hunted. He, Wang Jinyang, and a few others had joined forces to kill a rank 6, but peak rank 6 was a different concept. When the Sanjiao Gate was closed, only a peak rank 6 would be achieved. Only such a powerhouse would give their all in every move and technique, unlike the other rank 6s whose Sanjiao Gate was not sealed. Unless they were at their wits' end, very few people would unleash their full strength to open the Sanjiao Gate. Bang! The flesh on the surface of Fong Ping's body exploded, but he did not delay, using the force to fly backward. The golden bones shone brightly. Although the flesh exploded, the bones were unscathed. Fong Ping did not look at the martial artist who was slashed by him. The other party was not very strong. Even if he did not die, he would probably be heavily injured and unable to fight again. The truth was as expected. Fong Ping's full-force saber ambush, the old man almost did not have time to react. At this moment, the saber gleam vanished, leaving only a corpse that was split into two in midair, broken beyond repair, falling instantly. The old man's gaze was still dazed. Obviously, he did not expect that he would be killed in one strike. The middle-aged man's expression was extremely ugly. Although he was unhappy with Guardian Plum and even wanted to kill him, Guardian Plum was still a 6th-grade cultivator and a capable subordinate of his. He did not expect to be killed by Fong Ping's saber as soon as they made contact. The middle-aged man was also slightly frightened. Fong Ping was actually this strong, much stronger than he had expected, killing a rank 6 with one slash. But at this moment, he couldn't care less. He did not expect Fong Ping to be prepared for this. At this moment, the middle-aged man had no time to think. Since Fong Ping did not run, but chose to attack instead, the moment he attacked, he was hit by his fist again. There was no way he could run. The moment Fong Ping flew backward, the middle-aged man gave chase. Fong Ping, on the other hand, continued to fly backward out of the district. He had not flown far when a rank 6 aura rose from the periphery. Another person had rushed over. "Fong Ping, you can't escape." The middle-aged man growled and punched through the air. The air instantly exploded, and the void was dyed a blood-red color. "F*CKU, I'll kill you," Fong Ping roared. His body shone with golden light. Various forces appeared on his Changdao, including Vitality Force and Celestiality Force. At this moment, he was being attacked from the front and back. The person behind him had already blocked his way. To the side were other residential buildings. If he ran there once they fought, it would easily cause a lot of casualties. "Bastard!" Fong Ping roared. These people did not care about the lives of others at all. They were definitely not from the two major companies or the evil sect. No matter how much the two major companies hated Fong Ping, they would not dare to do something like this. If they were found out, all martial artists would attack him together. Only evil sect martial artists would be so unscrupulous. Fong Ping roared. The Changdao sliced through the void again. The saber was like a lightning shadow, cutting through the night and colliding with the opponent's fist. Boom! A loud noise was heard again, covering all the fireworks and firecrackers around the district. Fong Ping swung his saber, but he was sent flying backward again. Behind him, the middle stage rank 6 martial artist also did not make a sound. He held his saber and slashed at Fong Ping. "Get lost!" Fong Ping was furious. He turned around and slashed with his saber. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, Fong Ping's combat strength was fully unleashed. The night sky was illuminated by his golden bones. The chaos-vanquishing saber slashed at lightning speed. The flesh on Fong Ping's hand exploded again, leaving only the shining bones. Protector Zheng, who had collided with him, changed his expression again and again. Above his head, 3 invisible doors appeared. One of the doors had already been completely sealed. As soon as the door appeared, Protector Zheng's strength increased greatly. In the blink of an eye, he and Fong Ping collided head-on and slashed dozens of times. Fire, blood, and golden light flickered continuously between the two of them. Fong Ping slashed dozens of times in a frenzy. He did not even look back. In the next moment, he stepped into the air and soared into the sky, ready to fly away. Boom! Above his head, a middle-aged figure appeared. He pressed down with a fist and growled, "If you dare to run, I'll slaughter Sun City. What does it have to do with me? Kill me if you dare." Fong Ping growled as well. His figure kept retreating. If he met one person, he could still escape. Now, however, 2 people were surrounding him. It was difficult for him to break out. In midair, the sound of explosions was endless. The sound of metal clashing also shook the void. 2 rank 6 powerhouses unleashed their full force, instantly creating an immense sense of oppression. The entire scenic Lake Gardens was in chaos. At first, when a few of them fought, the crowd thought it was fireworks and did not think much of it. However, as the 2 sides continued to exchange blows in midair, the oppressive feeling made everyone panic. This was not even a battle between rank 7 powerhouses. Otherwise, a battle of mentality would have killed a large number of people in the community. On the floor where Fong Ping's house was located. At this moment, the outer wall of Fong Ping's house had been affected by the aftermath and was already cracking. In the chaos, Wang Jinyang's figure flashed and disappeared. Soon, he sensed the location of the Fong family. Wang Jinyang's speed was extremely fast. In the next moment, his figure appeared in front of the Fong family at the stairway entrance. As soon as he appeared, Fong Yuan kicked him. Wang Jinyang grabbed her ankle with one hand and growled, "It's me, Wang Jinyang. Fong Ping asked me to take you away." Hearing the voice, Fong Yuan said hurriedly, "Save my brother." At this time, they could see the situation outside from the window at the stairway entrance. At this moment, 3 glowing silhouettes were flickering in midair. The golden light in the middle was flickering left and right, but it could not break out of the encirclement. Blinding blood-red rays kept bursting out of the golden light. Wang Jinyang's expression was solemn. Fang Ping might not be killed if he fought with the middle stage rank 6 martial artist, but the peak rank 6 powerhouse's strength completely crushed Fang Ping's. If this dragged on, Fang Ping would not be able to break out of the encirclement and might be killed. Taking a deep breath, Wang Jinyang did not waste any time. He grabbed one person with each hand and turned to Fang Yuan, shouting, "Grab me. I'll send you away first, then I'll come back." Fang Yuan tilted her head and looked out the window. Tears streamed down her face. Without saying anything, she grabbed Wang Jinyang hurriedly. Fang Mingrong did not say a word. Li Yueying was choking, but she did not say anything. Wang Jinyang did not waste any time either. He grabbed Fang Ping's parents and rushed downstairs. Very soon, Wang Jinyang led them out of the residential area. He shouted, "Go, go, far away." After saying that, Wang Jinyang leaped into the air. His body was still in midair, but he had already drawn his longbow. Bone marrow force surged out of his body instantly. On the longbow, a thick blood-red arrow condensed in the blink of an eye. The next moment, the blood-red arrow shot through the air, shooting toward the middle stage rank 6 powerhouse. In midair, Fang Ping's entire body was torn to shreds. Seeing this, he did not bother to exchange pleasantries with Wang Jinyang. He roared, "Hold the big one back. Can you do it?" 30 seconds. "All right." Fang Ping roared. Celestiality exploded instantly, blasting the peak rank 6 powerhouse a distance away. Wang Jinyang's speed was also extremely fast. He blocked the other party in an instant. The middle-aged man's eyes were cold. He shouted coldly, "Wang Jinyang, you're asking for it?" Wang Jinyang did not reply. The next moment, he put away his bow and switched to his saber. Bone marrow force surged out of his body again, and the blood-red saber slashed down instantly. Boom! The middle-aged man was furious. With a low growl, he punched. Dong! A loud noise was heard. The Changdao vibrated. The flesh on Wang Jinyang's arm was torn to shreds in the blink of an eye. The thick blood-red force on his body dimmed significantly. On the other side, after tossing the peak rank 6 powerhouse to Wang Jinyang, Fang Ping did not even look at him. 30 seconds. This was what Wang Jinyang had promised. If the time was not up, he did not need to care. Protector Zheng's expression was cold. "You want to kill me? I'll definitely kill you." Fang Ping's rage was boiling. These people actually ambushed him. If he did not detect it in advance, his family might be in trouble. Before he finished speaking, the celestiality on Fang Ping's Changdao had already condensed to its limit. As for himself, the flesh on his body was also exploding continuously. At this moment, Fang Ping did not care about any injuries. These people, no matter how big the price, he would kill them. Slash! The moment the celestiality condensed, Fang Ping slashed with his saber. Protector Zheng's expression was gloomy, but he was not afraid of Fang Ping. The power of Fang Ping's slash was extremely great. However, at this moment he was prepared. His only goal was to hold Fang Ping back. Fang Ping wanted to kill him. In his dreams. In the next moment, Protector Zheng's silhouette disappeared. The moment his silhouette disappeared, Fang Ping was not surprised at all. A ruthless glint flashed in his eyes. Boom! The sound of an invisible explosion shook the void and caused it to tremble. Streaks of invisible waves stirred up heaven and earth. Some of the surrounding trees were hit by the invisible waves, instantly turning into dust. Ah! A scream was heard. In midair, Protector Zheng, who had just disappeared, trembled and appeared on the spot. As for Fang Ping, large amounts of blood were seeping out of his orifices. Mentality self-detonation. At this moment, Fang Ping self-detonated a large amount of mentality. More than any other time before. At this moment, Fang Ping was also a little dazed, but he did not delay. The moment Protector Zheng's silhouette appeared, Fang Ping's saber followed. This time, the golden light of Fang Ping's entire body was shining brilliantly. "Go to hell!" Fang Ping roared, slashing down with his saber. Protector Zheng, whose head was almost blown up by the mentality's self-detonation, was also bleeding out of his orifices. However, facing the crisis of death, he quickly overcame the sharp pain in his head and raised his saber to meet the attack. Boom! A loud noise was heard, and Protector Zheng fell down. Seeing this, Fong Ping gritted his teeth. His mentality recovered instantly. He let out another low roar and exploded instantly. This time, both of their bodies trembled violently, falling from midair. Fong Ping brandished his saber and slashed wildly. In the end, all the flesh and blood on his body exploded. His internal organs could be seen clearly now. Die! Fong Ping roared. A large amount of blood spurted out of his mouth, heading straight for the other party's head. Protector Zheng's face was bleeding profusely at this moment. Seeing this, he revealed a ruthless look. In the void, one of the Sanjiao gates that was initially half-sealed opened instantly. In the next moment, a large amount of energy gushed out. The initially dispirited Protector Zheng's injuries were mostly healed in the blink of an eye. His gaze was no longer dazed, much more sober. After his injuries were mostly healed, Protector Zheng had the energy to spare. With a slash of his saber, he shattered the blood arrow that Fong Ping spurted out. Although his injuries were mostly healed, Protector Zheng's gaze was still venomous. Sealing the Sanjiao gates was a difficult process. His first gate was completely sealed, and a large part of his second gate was also sealed. In another 2 years, there was hope for him to seal it completely and step into upper stage rank 6. However, at this moment, facing a rank 5 martial artist attack, he had no choice but to destroy his own gate, opening the second gate completely. At this moment, in terms of realm, he had already gone from a middle stage rank 6 veteran to a beginner. And this step had taken him 6 years. Fong Ping had ruined his 6 years of hard work. He hated him, but Fong Ping hated him even more. 30 seconds were almost up. If he did not kill this guy soon, Wang Jinyang might not be able to hold on much longer. Early stage rank 5 Wang Jinyang was fighting a peak rank 6 powerhouse. Every second was depleting his life force. The moment Protector Zheng shattered the Sanjiao gate, Fong Ping said furiously, "You forced me to do this." Before his voice died away, Fong Ping's face exploded abruptly. In the next moment, his entire head exuded an extremely intense light. As the golden light on his head dispersed, the other bones in Fong Ping's body also erupted with a brilliant glow. At this moment, Fong Ping directly honed the remaining 3 skulls. However, this did not come without a price. Fong Ping had not honed all this while because he felt that his physique could not support the complete activation of golden bones. And the truth was as expected. The moment the skulls erupted with intense light, Fong Ping's torn flesh continued to rupture. His internal organs, crystal clear organs, were also rupturing. At the same time, Fong Ping's body also erupted with an extremely powerful aura. The expression of the middle-aged man who was attacking Wang Jinyang not far away changed. Golden bones? A look of disbelief appeared in the middle-aged man's eyes. Before this, Fong Ping also revealed a golden glow, but that time, it was only golden. It did not have the oppressive power of a golden body powerhouse. The golden bones of a golden body powerhouse were different from those of Fong Ping, Li Hansong, and the others. But now, Fong Ping's body emitted that kind of aura, that kind of pressure, the pressure of a rank 8. Fong Ping did not have time to listen to his nonsense. Right now, Fong Ping was screaming in pain. There was no bone honing more painful than this. His flesh was rupturing continuously. No matter how much vitality force there was, it could not heal his flesh. His internal organs were also rupturing. This made Fong Ping feel like he was about to explode. However, since the system could let him hone his bones, Fong Ping firmly believed that he would not die. The moment the golden bones were completely activated, Protector Zheng, who was opposite him, was suppressed by the pressure of the golden bones and fell continuously. Protector Zheng, who had recovered a lot from his injuries, showed fear for the first time. He had no intention of fighting Fong Ping. In the next moment, Protector Zheng turned around and fled into the distance. I will kill you. Fong Ping's voice almost could not shout anymore. It was extremely hoarse and suppressed. As his voice fell, the chaos-vanquishing saber celestiality and golden bones combined. In the next moment, an even more powerful aura erupted. Fong Ping roared and slashed. Boom, boom, boom. The saber light fell. The air exploded, and sparks flew in all directions. On the ground, a saber mark hundreds of meters long appeared instantly. The trees and buildings along the way were all shattered. At this moment, Fong Ping did not care if he would accidentally hurt the residents. This slash was aimed in the direction outside the residential area. There was a road outside. Usually there were many cars. Today was New Year's Eve, and there was almost no one. Although the residents in the residential area were terrified to the extreme, the exchange between both parties was extremely fast. At this moment, other than a few people on the first floor, most people did not even have time to leave their houses. When this slash was made, wherever the saber light was, everything was shattered. The aftermath shattered the ground and cut off the road outside. The shops on the opposite side also collapsed. The lights in the shops were dark. Fong Ping did not know if there was anyone inside. In reality, Fong Ping could not care so much right now. If he did not kill the other party, under the joint attack of both of them, he and Wang Jinyang would not be able to escape. No! Protector Zheng, who had already escaped a distance away, felt the saber force coming from behind him. He felt the flesh and blood on his back being torn apart by the saber light from a long distance away. He immediately roared in fear. At this moment, Protector Zheng also fought with his life. Boom! With a loud explosion, the completely sealed first Sanjiao gate shattered instantly. This time, even if he did not die, he would fall to early stage rank 6. The moment the Sanjiao gate opened, between heaven and earth, endless energy surged into Protector Zheng's body. While Protector Zheng was escaping, he covered the surface of his body with layers and layers of vitality force. However, no matter how much vitality defense was covered, it was not as fast as the saber light's destruction. Almost in the blink of an eye, the saber light completely covered Protector Zheng. Boom! The sound of explosions came one after another. As for Fong Ping, he was no longer a golden man, but a bloody man. His entire body was covered in torn flesh. On both of his arms, all the flesh and blood were almost shattered. Waves of blood-colored vitality force appeared out of thin air, repairing at lightning speed, but it could not make the flesh and blood reappear. Fong Ping gritted his teeth, not caring about these. He stepped out of the midair, arriving at the place where the saber light landed in an instant. At this moment, Protector Zheng had not been killed in one slash. Although his entire body seemed to have been cut in half, the other party was still alive. Seeing Fong Ping flying over, the resentment in Protector Zheng's eyes intensified to the extreme. Fong Ping did not care what he thought. These people came to kill him first, and they still had the face to resent him. Just as Protector Zheng swung his saber to fight back with difficulty, Fong Ping's saber light rose again, slashing down. His head fell. Fong Ping did not even look. He quickly stepped into the midair and returned. Before he could return to his original spot, a silhouette broke through the air, blood splattering the void. Fong Ping's expression changed drastically, grabbing Wang Jinyang hurriedly. At this moment, Wang Jinyang's face was extremely pale. There was a large hole in his chest. His internal organs could be seen clearly, and many of them were already shattered. Fortunately, I didn't fail. Wang Jinyang forced a smile. From the time he rose to the time Fong Ping killed Protector Zheng, it was exactly 30 seconds. I didn't expect you guys to really exceed my expectations. As Wang Jinyang spoke, the middle-aged man also stepped into the midair. There were some light injuries on his body, but they were not serious. The middle-aged man really did not expect this, or rather, he did not dare to think about it at all. A peak rank 6, a middle stage rank 6, and an early stage rank 6. With this kind of strength, even if they encountered a powerhouse who achieved mentality-vitality fusion, they could still fight. Today, They were only besieging Fangping, a rank 5. Of course, later on, Wang Jinyang also participated in the battle, but there were only 2 rank 5s. However, even so, the first to die was not Fangping and Wang Jinyang, but his 2 rank 6 subordinates, especially Protector Zheng, who was not even his subordinate. The other party was a veteran among middle-stage rank 6. Prodigy martial artists. What a pity! The middle-aged man's eyes were extremely cold. This time, even if he killed these 2 people, he would be punished when he returned. He actually lost the lives of 2 rank 6 powerhouses. It was simply a great shame and humiliation. As soon as he finished speaking, the other party did not waste any time. A blood-red fist shadow landed on where Fangping and Wang Jinyang were in an instant. Fangping dragged Wang Jinyang, who was already seriously injured to the point of death, and quickly fled to the suburbs. If they continued fighting in the district would be finished. As soon as they left, the fist shadow landed, blasting a huge pit in the ground. Fangping and Wang Jinyang fled. The middle-aged man did not stop either, leaping into the air and giving chase quickly. Chapter 414. Scenic Lakeview Gardens was not located at the border of Sun City. At first, the battle in the district was covered up by the sound of firecrackers on New Year's Eve. However, when the battle reached its climax, several balls of light collided in the air, and the thunderous sound continued. Soon, most of Sun City knew about it. The police phones in Sun City were ringing non-stop. Commander Bai Jinshan was currently not far from Scenic Lakeview Gardens. Bai Jinshan was helpless and worried, but there was nothing he could do. Sun City was only a county-level city. He was the strongest there. Sun City did not even have a military garrison. Did they expect him and a few rank 2 martial artists from the Department of Investigation Services to participate in a battle between powerhouses? They could not even fly up in the air. Not only Sun City. Bai Jinshan reported to Auspicious Sun City that although Auspicious Sun City's commander had rushed over with his men, he was also extremely helpless over the phone. His biggest request was to evacuate the people, ensure their safety, and not let Sun City descend into chaos. At this moment, the entire Nanjiang had received the news that powerhouses were fighting in Sun City. 2 prodigies, Fangping and Wang Jinyang, were suspected to be involved in the battle. However, the situation did not seem too good. Bai Jinshan saw the 2 of them in a flash. Both of them were seriously injured. The military base closest to here was Auspicious Peace's military base. At this moment, the base had already located these people through satellites. However, at Fangping and the other stage, they moved extremely fast. It was difficult to quickly capture the other party. Even if they could capture them, the base could not use technological means to attack them. These people were currently still in the residential area. Not to mention that Fangping and Wang Jinyang were among them. At rank 5 and 6, the best way was to use powerhouses to kill the other party. Technological means would only result in a situation where both sides would lose. Outside the residential area, as Fangping and Wang Jinyang fled to the suburbs using flight step, Bai Jinshan quickly led his men to calm them down. Looking at the few lights flying away, Bai Jinshan's face was full of worry. He hoped that Fangping and the others would be fine, and that Fangping could lead the enemy away from the residential area. At this moment, not only Scenic Lakeview Gardens, but the entire Sun City was in a state of panic. This was not the first time powerhouses fought in front of the public. Just a few months ago, there were even people from the evil sect who threatened to massacre the city. Today, there were powerhouses fighting in the public area. The sense of crisis made everyone worried. At this moment, the fate of the weak was no longer in their control, and this was vividly reflected. In the Scenic Lake Gardens district, some residents walked out of their houses. When they saw the saber mark that ran through more than half of the district, many people couldn't even imagine that it was caused by a human. But at that time, there were still many bold residents who secretly saw this scene from their windows. At this moment, with the arrival of the people from the government, the residents felt much more at ease. In the eyes of most people, the government was the guarantee of safety. He's too strong. I saw it. Fong Ping was the one who made that slash. What's going on? Are they Fong Ping's enemies? It must be someone from an evil cult. I wonder what rank it is. Isn't Fong Ping only rank 4? How could he be so strong? It's not just Fong Ping. I think the other person is Wang Jinyang. On the square in the district that had been destroyed to the point that it looked like a wasteland, many residents had lingering fears and were discussing in low voices. It was inevitable that there would be some noise. There were also people who said that Fong Ping had provoked enemies and almost killed everyone. However, when they thought of the several hundred-meter-long saber mark that Fong Ping had made, they dared not say anything even though they were dissatisfied. A powerhouse like this would be too terrifying when he exploded. While others were discussing, Bai Jinshan was not in the mood to pay attention to this. At this moment, in front of Bai Jinshan was Fong Mingrong and the others who had rushed back. Seeing Fong Mingrong, Bai Jinshan was about to ask a few questions when Fong Mingrong said hurriedly, "Commander, lend me a car. Director Fongyer? My son is there." Fong Mingrong glanced at the mother and daughter who were crying beside him. He suppressed the throbbing in his heart and said hurriedly, "I'll go and take a look. Director Fong, it's too dangerous." Bai Jinshan frowned. Fong Ping's father was just a normal person. If he followed them with a car, he would definitely die if he was caught in the crossfire. Now that Fong Ping's status was unknown, if something happened to his father, it would be troublesome. "Commander Bai, lend me a car." Seeing that Fong Mingrong did not respond to him, Bai Jinshan took a deep breath and nodded. "Okay, I'll send you there, but I might not be able to catch up." Those people's speed was extremely fast. He might not be able to catch up with them, even if he drove. "No need. I'll drive there myself. You won't be able to sense where they are. I'll go with you." Bai Jinshan did not say much. If Fong Mingrong followed them, he might not even be able to find them. If he encountered the threat of the aftershock, he would not be able to stop them. After all, he was a peak rank 3 martial artist. Sun City was also his territory. It was reasonable for him to follow them and take a look. Even if he could not stop them, he should at least know their whereabouts. Without saying much, Bai Jinshan quickly ordered someone to drive a car over. Just as he was about to get into the car, a few Department of Investigation Services martial artists quickly rushed over with 2 broken corpses. "Commander," the Department of Investigation Services chief glanced at Fong Mingrong and the others beside him. There was some uncontrollable horror in his eyes. He said hurriedly, "The corpses of the 2 people who were killed by Mr. Fong have been found. They should be rank 6 powerhouses. Powerhouses, even if they were dead, still had their characteristics. The degree of bone honing, the degree of honing of internal organs. These were all extremely easy to see. Even peak rank 5 and rank 6 were actually different. These people in Sun City might not have seen the corpses of rank 5 and rank 6 powerhouses before. However, as the department that handled martial artists' affairs, the Department of Investigation Services still had some understanding of these powerhouses' characteristics. Bai Jinshan's pupils contracted. Rank 6 as expected. When he felt the oppressive aura earlier, he had already guessed it. He did not expect his guess to be correct. This was not the main point. The main point was that Fong Ping was still being hunted even though he had killed 2 rank SAXS. How strong were the evil sect martial artists who were hunting him? Bai Jinshan did not have much time to think. He said hurriedly, "Seal the corpses and other things. Cancel everyone's vacation and carry out stability maintenance." After saying that, Bai Jinshan got into the car. At this moment, Fong Mingrong was already in the car. Seeing that Fong Yuan and Li Yueying were about to get in, Fong Mingrong said in a low voice, "You guys don't have to go. I'll go alone." "Dad!" Fong Yuan bit her lip and choked. "I want to go. I'm stronger than you. I want to see brother kill them." Fong Mingrong took a deep breath. After a while, he nodded and said, "Okay. Yueying, don't go. Get in the car." Fong Yuan quickly got in the car. Li Yueying's face was covered in tears. Seeing this, she choked and said, "Bring Ping Ping back. Remember to bring Ping Ping back." Fong Mingrong did not say anything else. He nodded at Bai Jinshan. Bai Jinshan did not delay either. He quickly started the car and chased in the direction where the few people had left. Just as Fong Mingrong and the others left, news of the attack on Sun City had spread on social media. There was even a video of a few people fighting in midair. The video was relatively clear. Tonight was New Year's Eve. At that time, some people were preparing to take a video of the fireworks, but they happened to capture the battle in midair. Although it was nighttime and the distance was too far to capture the specific faces, a few rays of light intertwined in midair, including the sky-piercing saber glare, were captured very clearly. These videos were deleted very quickly. At this moment, the government did not want this news to be made public. The outcome of the battle in Sun City was unknown. It would be fine if Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang were alive, but if they were killed in Sun City, it would cause a huge impact. If two prodigies of the current era were killed by the evil sect martial artists in their hometown, then the previous announcement of the rankings to boost the confidence of the people would be in vain. At this moment, top-notch powerhouses from all over the country were mobilized, heading towards Sun City. It was not only the government. At this moment, from the direction of Magic City to Sun City, several powerhouses used the flight step and flew rapidly in the direction of Sun City. Reinforcements were still on the way, but Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang were a little powerless. Both of them were severely injured. Wang Jinyang was almost killed. Fong Ping's most serious injury was not caused by the evil sect martial artists, but by his own outburst. The outburst of celestiality had caused his flesh to explode. The self-explosion of mentality had shaken his mentality and blurred his consciousness. After that, the activation of the golden bones had also caused him to suffer heavy injuries. At this moment, Fong Ping's golden bones were still shining brilliantly. However, he had not achieved the golden body realm. His flesh breaking down was also a fatal injury. Activating the golden bones did not mean that Fong Ping really had an immortal body. The rank 6 martial artist behind him might not be able to break his golden bones. Although the bones could be preserved, it did not mean that he was still alive. The biggest possibility was that if the other party killed Fong Ping, they could also get a set of golden bones for free, increasing the other party's harvest. In midair, Fong Ping's speed was extremely fast, but it was difficult to shake off the middle-aged man who was chasing after him. This was not the Catacombs Royal City. If it was a catacomb city, Fong Ping could blend into the crowd and burrow underground. The other party might not be able to find him. However, this was the human world, Sun City. Below him were his compatriots. If Fong Ping burrowed underground and disappeared, Fong Ping had no doubt that the other party would disregard everything and massacre the residents below. Moreover, with the extremely injured Wang Jinyang, even if Fong Ping burrowed underground, he would be easily found. Seeing that Wang Jinyang's breathing was chaotic, looking like he was going to die at any moment, Fong Ping cursed as he sped, Mother asterisk Kerr, we didn't even suffer so much in the catacombs. It's not worth dying in the hands of these asterisk stars. Wang Jinyang's face was pale, but he smiled and said, even if we die, we can't die on the run. When we reach the no man's land, don't run anymore. We still have the strength to fight. Let's fight with our lives. If we can't kill him, we have to hold him back and wait for Commander Bai to arrive. Fong Ping glanced at him and said, you can still fight? Give me some energy essence. I should be able to. I don't have any left. Fong Ping shook his head. A few high-ranked energy stones appeared in his hand, and he stuffed them into Wang Jinyang's hand. This is it. Make do with it. You're really rich and imposing. Wang Jinyang was still in the mood to tease Fong Ping. However, Fong Ping was indeed rich. High-ranked energy stones were not something anyone could take out. Wang Jinyang absorbed them quickly. He turned his head to look at the middle-aged man who was getting closer and closer. Suddenly, he said, I'll hold him back. You should be able to run away. Get lost. Fong Ping cursed. He gritted his teeth and said, you came to save me. Who do you think I am? If Wang Jinyang did not participate in the battle, he could eat his reunion dinner at home in peace. Now that he was seriously injured to save himself, if Fong Ping abandoned him, Wang Jinyang would hold the other party back for a while, and Fong Ping would have no problem escaping. However, if he really did that, he would have lost the basic bottom line of being a human. Even if this kind of person lived, even if he became a grandmaster in the future. No, this kind of person did not deserve the title of grandmaster. What difference was there between him and a cult? Fong Ping cursed. He said hurriedly, even a high-ranked can't kill me. A rank 6 is nothing. Since this B asterisk star doesn't give up, then don't blame me for not holding back. Hold him back for a while longer. I'll blow him up. He needed time to condense celestiality. Fong Ping had thought it through. Since things had come to this, he might as well throw caution to the wind. Later, he would condense a huge ball of celestiality and leave himself a breath to blow that bastard up. With 500C celestiality outburst, Old Manly could even kill a rank bait. He did not need much. Condensing 100C was equivalent to a rank 7's full force attack. He did not believe that the other party could withstand it. As Fong Ping said that, he whispered, "When I blow him up, run faster. Otherwise, you'll be blown to death. There's nothing I can do." Wang Jinyang's face was pale. "Can you hold on? I won't let him have it easy even if I die." As he spoke, Fong Ping had already condensed celestiality in his hands. At this moment, Fong Ping restrained all his aura, using Wang Jinyang's body as a shield. Seeing the middle-aged man's punch piercing through the air toward him, Fong Ping did not even turn his head, continuing to fly forward. At this moment, Fong Ping looked more and more like a skeleton. Almost all the flesh on his body was falling off. When Wang Jinyang saw this scene, he sighed softly in his heart. Condensing celestiality at rank 5 was not without a price. In MCMEU, Fong Ping could only condense about 5C celestiality at most each time. The channeling of 50C had to be done in many times, because his body could not withstand the power of celestiality. At this moment, if he wanted to blow up the fellow behind him, Fong Ping would have to endure a countercharge that was 10 times stronger than normal. Even if the other party was blown up, Fong Ping would be in danger. Both sides have been fighting for only 5 to 6 minutes. The speed of a powerhouse's fight was extremely fast. It would take another 5 to 6 minutes for Commander Bai to arrive, and Commander Bai might not be able to make it in time. Seeing that Fong Ping did not care anymore, Wang Jinyang's gaze deepened. After a moment, the faint sound of blood flowing could be heard from his body. His exposed bones, a blood-like vitality force seeped out of his bones. Fong Ping's bloodied eyes narrowed. This was the force of bone marrow about to explode. Old Wang was also overdrafting his own strength. This time, even if they could survive, both of them would suffer heavy losses. Fong Ping looked at his shining golden arm and sighed softly in his heart. It was useless to think about these things. Based on his current situation, even though he was in high spirits now, he might not be able to fight anymore after a while. After a moment, he arrived at the White Mountains. Sun City had a branch of the White Mountains. Back then, when Wang Jinyang was hunting Huang Bin, he had entered the White Mountains. The passageway to Auspicious Peace was also in the White Mountains. When Fong Ping ran here, he was actually heading in the direction of Auspicious Peace. The next moment, Fong Ping suddenly turned around and shouted, "A few grandmasters from Auspicious Peace will be here soon. Are you sure you want to exchange your life for theirs? As long as we can hold you back for a while, you're dead meat." The middle-aged man, who was already very close behind him, had an unpleasant look on his face. He said coldly, "You'll have to be able to hold me back first." As soon as he finished speaking, the other party punched through the air again. The red fist shadow pierced through the void in the blink of an eye, attacking both of them. Wang Jinyang's back was facing Fong Ping. Fong Ping grabbed his shoulder while he wielded his saber with both hands. With a slash, he destroyed the fist shadow. Puff! The fist shadow was destroyed. Wang Jinyang suffered a shock too, blood spurting from his mouth. The middle-aged man also knew that this place was very close to Auspicious Peace. He was afraid that there would really be grandmasters coming soon. Within 3 minutes, he had to kill both of them. Only then would he have a chance to escape. Without any further delay, above the middle-aged man's head, 3 completely sealed Sanjiao gates appeared instantly. The next moment, one of the gates opened slightly. At this moment, the other party's speed increased explosively. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind both of them. The middle-aged man did not dare to continue accelerating. Instead, he sealed the Sanjiao Gate quickly. When the Sanjiao Gate was sealed, the effect of accumulating vitality was at its best. It was considered a preparation for them to step into rank 7. Once the gate was opened, vitality would be lost. It would be difficult to achieve rank 7 again. It was because he considered that grandmasters were coming soon that the middle-aged man made up his mind. He opened a small gap and sped up to catch up with both of them. With this, he would have to go back and recuperate for at least a few months before he could seal the gate completely. The middle-aged man's heart was boiling with anger. As a peak rank 6 powerhouse, he actually had to open the Sanjiao Gate to chase after 2 heavily injured rank 5s. He was making a fool of himself. As he neared both of them, the middle-aged man no longer waved his fists in the air. His fists made a sonic boom directly, punching toward Wang Jinyang's head. A ruthless glint flashed in Wang Jinyang's eyes. The vitality in his entire body surged to the extreme. The Changdao in his hand made a cracking sound. With a low growl, he slashed his saber. Boom! A loud explosion was heard. Even Fang Ping, who was flying in front, was shaken. Pale golden blood dripped from his mouth. He staggered and fell down. Wang Jinyang, who was holding on to him, was limp and powerless. It was as if he had lost his life. Behind him, the middle-aged man flew backward. A clear saber mark appeared on his fist. A few bones in his hand were also broken. Both of you must die. The middle-aged man's rage was monstrous. The Sanjiao Gate appeared again. The gap appeared again. In the next second, he caught up with both of them again. Both his fists hammered out. The void exploded continuously. Wang Jinyang, who seemed powerless earlier, was like a cockroach that could not be killed. He regained his senses in an instant. He waved his saber and slashed continuously. The saber and the fists collided, emitting sparks. Mother asterisk Kerr. Fang Ping, who was in front, was also shaken by the tremendous force. He fell down continuously. The aftermath of the exchange between both parties caused the rocks below to explode and shatter continuously. Fang Ping's speed had slowed down significantly. His figure was no longer stable. It was not only the impact of the tremors. It was also related to the glowing ball in his hand. At this moment, because Fang Ping had restrained his aura, the glowing ball did not emit any energy waves. However, Fang Ping knew that the energy contained in this thing was extremely strong. It should be 50C now, right? Fang Ping estimated in his heart. Right now, his left arm had completely turned into bones. There was no longer any flesh left. Under the tremors of celestiality, the flesh that was stuck to him earlier had all fallen off. Is there still hope for this body of mine to recover? The appearance of the golden bones did not give birth to imperishable substances. Fang Ping strongly suspected that even if he did not die, it would be difficult for him to recover his flesh. Could it be that he would have to live as a skeleton from now on? The key was without flesh and blood before achieving rank 8. Could he really survive? As his thoughts ran wild in his mind, the next moment, Fang Ping crashed directly onto the ground. A huge pit appeared on the ground. The moment he fell into the pit, Fang Ping quickly said in a low voice, "Dig a hole and lure him in. You hold him off for another 10 seconds. I'll blow him up." 10 seconds? Wang Jinyang's expression was bitter. This brat really thought too highly of him. Right now, his bone marrow force was almost completely exhausted. "If we die together. I believe that you won't die. If you die, at most, you'll be resurrected after a few thousand years." Resurrected? Wang Jinyang was stunned. What did he mean? He still did not know MCMEU's speculation. Fang Ping did not have time to explain. After falling into the huge pit, Fang Ping quickly hammered the ground, making the pit deeper. In midair, he might not be able to blow that fellow up. However, after entering the pit, as long as the explosion hit, he did not believe that the fellow behind him could withstand it. As for himself and Wang Jinyang, it would depend on luck. While Fong Ping continued to condense celestiality, he dug the hole madly. The middle-aged man behind him had already entered the cave. As he fought with the heavily injured and dying Wang Jinyang, he sneered, "Do you think you can escape like this?" The two of them were digging their own graves. If they continued to flee outside, it would take more effort for him to kill them. He did not expect Fong Ping to dig a hole in the stone mountain in a panic. How stupid! At this moment, Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang had brought themselves to a dead end. But finding a grave for yourself before you die is also a wise move. Fong Ping, who was digging the hole, did not bother to reply. In reality, he did not have time to reply. It was hard to say whose grave this hole was dug for. At this moment, Fong Ping's golden bones had begun to tremble. The ball of light in his hand was also getting brighter. His sparkling internal organs were also beginning to shatter. Wang Jinyang said with difficulty, "Done. No." He really could not hold on any longer. He had not reached the stage where he could fight a peak rank 6 head-on. Although both parties were only 1 rank apart, in reality, it was 5 ranks apart. The gap was too big. If it were 2 early-stage rank 6 martial artists, they might have been beaten to death. This time, both of us will be famous, even if we die. Fong Ping suddenly let out a low roar. Then he punched out violently, punching a giant hole from the side. Fong Ping quickly pulled Wang Jinyang into the hole. Then, Fong Ping turned his head, looking at the middle-aged man who was about to chase in. He suddenly let out a low roar, and the surrounding rocks exploded instantly. The middle-aged man's body swayed slightly, but he was not affected much. However, blood flowed out of his nostrils. Mentality, self-detonation. You can deal with others, but you're not qualified to deal with a peak rank 6. The middle-aged man sneered again. Although his mentality was not strong, it was close to the stage of external projection. In addition, his Sanjiao gate was sealed, and his vitality force was strong. If Fong Ping wanted to rely on this to deal with him, it was a little lacking. Fong Ping could not be bothered with him. Self-detonation of mentality was only to delay the other party's pace. The next moment, Fong Ping suddenly grinned. "I'll give you something good." Before he finished his words, Fong Ping tossed out a ball of light that had no energy fluctuations. Then, Fong Ping punched the hole forward frantically. If he did not run now, he would be buried with them. "Old Wang, hang in there." Fong Ping let out a low roar. Wang Jinyang's expression changed drastically too. What little remained of his bone marrow force emerged again. This time, it was not to attack, but to cover the surface of his body with layers and layers of vitality defense. Fong Ping did the same. Vitality force, bone marrow force, and mentality covered both of their bodies in layers and layers. The middle-aged man behind him had just been shaken by the self-detonation of mentality, so he was slightly affected. The ball of light that Fong Ping tossed out did not have much power. Seeing both of them burrowing madly inside, the middle-aged man chased after them almost subconsciously. The moment the ball of light neared, the middle-aged man's pupils contracted suddenly. "Danger! Run!" Such a thought rose in his mind instantly. At this moment, his hair stood on end. He felt an incomparably intense threat of death. As for the ball of light, the moment he retreated, it had already exploded. Boom! The glaring white glow almost lit up the entire mountain range. The deafening sound of the explosion and the roar spread throughout this part of the world. More than 10 li away, Fong Mingrong and the others who were chasing in their car suddenly saw a glaring light rising from afar, followed by a deafening roar. In the next moment, the ground shook as if an earthquake was coming. In the White Mountains, some of the nearby mountain peaks disappeared directly. In the center of the explosion, a deep pit with a circumference of 100 meters appeared. Countless gravel splattered everywhere. Most of the stones had already turned into dust, and smoke rose everywhere. Less than 30 li away from this place, the expression of the Nanjiang Military Region's commander changed drastically. Had a high rank made a move? Which side's high rank had made a move? Chapter 415. Song Mountain Range. In a huge pit, the smoke and dust gradually disappeared. The entire mountain range was extremely quiet at this moment. After an unknown period of time, some of the rubble at the bottom of the pit moved slightly. A moment later, a broken head appeared at the bottom of the pit. "I didn't die." A voice filled with extreme resentment rang out. The middle-aged man struggled to climb out of the hole. At this moment, his body was already in a terrible state, and both of his legs had completely disappeared. Just as the middle-aged man was struggling to crawl, a nearby gravel was flipped up again. A golden skeleton-like creature shook its broken head and crawled out of the rubble. Its voice sounded like a broken gong. "Not dead yet. I'm lucky, but sooner or later." At this moment, Fong Ping was really a little delirious. Fortunately, he still had his wealth, so he was constantly healing his injuries. Fong Ping was still fine. He would not die now. However, after digging for a while, when he found a body that looked like it had been dismembered, Fong Ping's hoarse voice rang out again. "Brother Wang, I'm sorry. Are you still alive?" As Fong Ping spoke, a few high-ranked energy stones appeared in his hand. These were also the last high-ranked energy stones he had. The energy stone was crushed by Fong Ping's hand bones and stuffed directly into the corpse. Fong Ping waited for a moment. After a while, the corpse moved slightly and said in a barely audible voice, "Dead." "Dead?" "Not yet." Fong Ping turned his head and glanced at the half-human body that was still crawling. He said mildly, "Go ahead and crawl. You'll be the best if you manage to crawl out of here." The middle-aged man didn't die, but the lower half of his body was blown up. His upper body was also battered to the extreme. Fong Ping deduced that his Sanjiao gate must have been blown to pieces. There was not even a hint of vitality force fluctuation on this fellow. The fact that he didn't die meant that he had a strong will to live. But now, even if he didn't die, he wouldn't be able to live much longer. Fong Ping did not go forward to kill him. He did not have the strength to move now. The other party could not crawl out anyway. After catching his breath, Fong Ping saw that the middle-aged man was still crawling. He said with difficulty, "Why are you struggling? Do you think you're like us? Our bone marrow has mutated. Do you think you've mutated too? I might as well kill myself. The divine sect won't let you off." The middle-aged man's blurry eyes were filled with despair. He couldn't live. Just as Fong Ping had said, his injuries were so severe that even his Sanjiao gate was shattered. Even if he managed to escape from this place now, he would not survive, unless he soaked in the energy essence to heal his injuries. However, even rank 9 martial artists valued this item greatly and viewed it as a precious treasure. He was only a rank 6 martial artist. Even if the evil sect had it, it was impossible for them to let him use it. This was not something that could be repaired with just a little bit of effort. Perhaps it would take a few kilograms of energy. With so many of them, it would be more than enough to cultivate a level 7. Divine sect? Bullsh * T God sect. Fong Ping used his wealth to replenish his vitality force and mentality to prevent his injuries from worsening. At the same time, he said playfully, "Don't worry. Those bastards will join you sooner or later. How dare you ambush me? If I'm not dead, then you're finished. Originally, you guys could fight amongst yourselves. If you didn't provoke me, I wouldn't have had the time to deal with you clowns. But if you insist on provoking me, wait for this daddy to destroy all of you." As Fong Ping said that, he continued, "I suspect that your evil sect is also in constant internal strife. How dare you, a rank 6, come and kill me? Don't you know that I've killed countless rank SXS in the Nanjiang catacombs? If we're not in the human world, do you think a rank 6 martial artist like you can force me to this point? If the evil sect has a source of information in the catacombs, or someone in the upper echelons of the human race, they will definitely know about this news. Forget about rank 6. In the catacombs, even a rank 9 can't kill me. You a rank 6? Ask yourself honestly. If it wasn't because I didn't want to hurt the innocent, would you have forced me to this point? Dogs biting each other. Looks like you've offended someone. You've been framed on purpose. You haven't even achieved mentality-vitality fusion, yet you want to kill me? No wonder I suddenly received a text at night. Someone wants to ambush me. I thought it was someone who told me. Maybe it's your enemy? As Fong Ping spoke, although the middle-aged man's consciousness was starting to blur, he still heard it. His battered body stiffened slightly, no longer crawling. Wang Jinyang, who was lying on the side, was speechless. This guy still had the mood to talk so much. At this moment, he could not even move. He was afraid that he would fall apart. Fong Ping continued to pant, saying tiredly, "Looks like a few of the evil sect's high ranks were killed by us last time. Someone wants to take over. A peak rank, 6 like you probably has the same intention too, right? Is the evil sect trying to nurture more peak rank 6 to become high ranks? Whose path are you blocking? I heard that there are a few evil sects too. Or are the other sects deliberately framing you? 3 rank SAXS died. If they're all from your sect, I'm afraid your sect is finished this time." The middle-aged man looked like he was already dead. He was sprawled on the ground. He could not even feel his breath. Fong Ping did not care about him. He started panting, saying in a low voice, "These idiots from the evil sect. Do they really think that I was the one who killed the high ranks last time? It's all because their own people betrayed their own people. Otherwise, how could so many high ranks have died? Human nature is really ugly to the extreme. That's good too. The more people die, the better." At this moment, Wang Jinyang suddenly said in a low voice, "They're dead. Stop fooling him." Fong Ping said lightly, "Do you think I'm fooling him? I'm serious. This time, someone really warned me in advance. Otherwise, if 3 rank SS ambushed me, I would really be in danger. However, the other party didn't have good intentions either. They only warned me at the last moment. It seems like they want to see us fight to the death. No need to guess. It's either the evil sect or the 2 major companies. If the others knew, they wouldn't have waited until then to warn us." Is what you said true?" Wang Jinyang was confused at this moment. Fong Ping said softly, "Of course it's true. Maybe it's his enemy. It's not surprising. It's too common for dogs to bite each other." "That's true." As the 2 of them were talking, the middle-aged man who seemed dead earlier suddenly said with difficulty, Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo. Lua, Nanjiang Pill Company. Zhao. Zhao Yu, your people?" Fong Ping's gaze changed slightly. Kill them." As soon as he finished speaking, the middle-aged man's broken head suddenly tilted. Fong Ping sensed carefully. After a while, he said, "This time, he's really dead." Although Wang Jinyang had the urge to sleep, he resisted the urge and panted. Could it be that he's spouting nonsense on purpose? I don't know. I'll look into it later. There must be some clues. These 2 people, are you familiar with them? Peak rank 6, the few in Nanjiang. Wang Jinyang's face was as white as a sheet. Director Zhou died in battle. Luha took over Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo. As the largest martial arts dojo in Nanjiang, most of the casual martial artists in Nanjiang came from Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo. Now that Zhou Jinyang died in battle, Luha took over the dojo. If the other party was really from the evil sect, things would be a little troublesome. As he spoke, Fong Ping felt a monstrous aura coming toward him. He quickly said, "Don't talk later. Don't talk if there aren't more than 2 grandmasters." Okay. Wang Jinyang instantly understood what he meant. Right now, Fong Ping probably did not trust anyone, not even Commander Bai. While Wang Jinyang was still thinking, Fong Ping suddenly began to move. He burrowed into the gravel and said in a low voice, "Just say that you don't know where I am. Stall for a while. At least wait for another grandmaster to come." Wang Jinyang did not know what to say. Did this guy really suspect that Commander Bai was from the evil sect? The probability of that was too low. As the leader of the military, if Commander Bai was not trustworthy, then Nanjiang would really be in danger. However, Fong Ping insisted on doing this. There was no harm in being careful, so Wang Jinyang did not say anything else. Very soon, Fong Ping burrowed underground. Seeing this, Wang Jinyang shifted his body and covered the top of the hole he had burrowed into. He could not sense Fong Ping's aura underground at all. Not long after Fong Ping burrowed into the ground, a tall figure landed instantly. Commander Bai was wearing a military uniform. His expression was solemn. After looking around, he heaved a sigh of relief and hurried to Wang Jinyang. When he saw that Wang Jinyang's aura was extremely weak, Commander Bai quickly took out a bottle of pills and poured them into his mouth. He frowned and asked, "Jinyang, where's Fang Ping?" Wang Jinyang looked like he had just woken up. He panted and said, I'm not sure. Who did it just now?" Commander Bai asked again. Wang Jinyang seemed to be unable to speak. His lips moved, but no sound came out. "Your injuries are extremely serious. I'll look for Fang Ping first. Once I find him, we'll go back and treat him immediately." Commander Bai did not continue to ask. His mentality spread out and explored the surroundings. After a moment, Commander Bai's expression changed. Nothing. Fang Ping was dead. Only a dead person with no aura of life could hide from him. The next moment, Commander Bai performed the flight step and explored the surroundings. If Fang Ping was dead, there would be a huge mess. At the very least, those fellows from MCMAU would not let this go. Just as Commander Bai could not find Fang Ping after a moment of exploration and had no choice but to return to his original spot, a few powerful auras were already closing in. Commander Bai did not speak again. Streams of vitality force entered Wang Jinyang's body to help him suppress the eruption of his injuries. After about 3 to 4 minutes, 2 silhouettes descended from the sky. "Old Bai, what's going on?" One of them, a square-faced man, asked hurriedly as soon as he landed. The other skinny old man also looked grim. "What's the situation?" Both of them quickly saw Wang Jinyang's mutilated body on the ground. Their expressions changed drastically. "Where's Fang Ping?" Commander Bai shook his head and said in a low voice, "I didn't find him." These two people were powerhouses from the nearby provinces. One was a powerhouse from Donglin, the other from Nanhu. Among the local powerhouses of Nanjiang, only he had rushed over. Usually Zhang Dingnan would have rushed over. However, Zhang Dingnan's injuries were extremely serious now. Even if he had received the news, he would not have made it in time. Underground, Fang Ping still had not appeared. He wanted to wait a little longer, at least until someone familiar arrived. However, Magic City was quite far from Sun City. The people from MCMEU might not be able to rush over so quickly. After grinding for a while, 2 more Grandmasters appeared on the ground. 5 Grandmasters had arrived. At this moment, Fang Ping felt safe. It was impossible that all 5 Grandmasters were from the evil sect. If that was the case, the evil sect would have opened the passageway long ago. As these people investigated, they helped Wang Jinyang stabilize his injuries. They were still talking in low voices when the gravel beneath them moved. They were instantly on guard, ready to attack. After a while, a scene that left them dumbfounded appeared. A shiny golden skeleton drilled out from the ground. At this moment, Fang Ping's arms were almost devoid of flesh. The other parts of his body were slightly better, but they were still badly mutilated. As he crawled out from the ground, he saw the Grandmasters glaring at him. Fang Ping said hurriedly, "It's me, Fang Ping of MCMAU. "You're not dead," one of the Grandmasters blurted out. He was really shocked. This guy's injuries were so serious that even if he did not look closely, there was no need to look closely. Just by looking at him, even an idiot would know that his injuries were extremely serious. He was still not dead? Fang Ping's badly mutilated face did not change much, but it was obvious that he was not in a good state. "Grandmasters, do you have resurrection pills?" "I'm dying." As soon as he said that, they hurriedly took out some pills. Fang Ping took the pills and did not waste any time. Without even swallowing them, he stuffed them directly into his body through the hole in his chest. Seeing this, their expressions changed again and again. This vitality was extremely tenacious. They could see his internal organs clearly. At this moment, many of them were broken. Fang Ping stuffed the pills into his body and said, "Do you have energy essence?" "Grandmasters, borrow it first. MCMU will return it. I can't hold on any longer." They looked at each other. One of the old men smiled bitterly and said, "We really don't have it." "Fang Ping, Can you still hold on? This injury was not easy to treat. They did not know where to start. On Wang Jinyang's side, they could still ensure that his injuries did not worsen. On Fang Ping's side, this injury was really not easy to treat. As for energy essence, what a joke. Did everyone have that? Commander Bai exhaled and said, wait a little longer. Wait for a rank 8 golden body powerhouse to come. Rank 8 golden body powerhouses had imperishable substances. If they consumed too much, these rank 8s might not be willing. However, most people would not say no to consuming a little to help Fang Ping heal his injuries. The Grandmasters had no other choice but to continue waiting. They did not ask in detail. At this time, both of their injuries were extremely serious. Stabilizing their injuries was the priority. As for the corpse at the side, they had seen it. Deep down, they were still very shocked. A peak rank 6 martial artist. This person had died here. If it was one of their own powerhouses, there was no reason not to meet them. If it was not, then how did this person die? What was up with the celestiality outburst earlier? Also, what was going on with Fang Ping's bones? The Grandmaster's eyesight was not bad. This was a real golden bone. A rank 5 martial artist actually had golden bones. This was too surprising. The fact that Fang Ping could live until now had a lot to do with this set of golden bones. Could it be that Fang Ping killed the peak rank 6? One by one, doubts surfaced in their minds. At this moment, the Grandmasters had too many questions to ask. However, seeing that Fang Ping and Wang Jinyang were focused on healing, they could only wait. After waiting for a while, the first powerhouse above rank 7 arrived. It was none other than Wu Chuan. Over at Nanjiang's catacombs, someone went in to report the news. The celestiality outburst in Nanjiang's territory was very important. Zhao Xingwu was still in the catacombs at this moment. Both sides had not erupted into a rank 9 battle yet. Wu Chuan was weaker than him. Upon receiving the news, he quickly walked out of the catacombs and rushed over. When Wu Chuan arrived, Fang Ping, who was still healing, suddenly said, Senior Wu, help. Fang Ping? Wu Chuan was stunned. He really did not recognize Fang Ping. After looking closely, Fang Ping's face was a bloody mess, but he still looked a little human. Seeing this, Wu Chuan did not care about his golden bones anymore. He quickly patted Fang Ping. Wisps of faint golden substance passed from his hands into Fang Ping's body. After a while, some flesh grew on Fang Ping's bones. The cracks on Fang Ping's face also began to heal gradually. Fang Ping felt this change and was instantly overjoyed. The effect of the imperishable substance. Just as he was rejoicing, Wu Chuan suddenly stopped. Fang Ping was stunned. He said dryly, Senior Wu, give me a little more, give me a little more. I'm really going to die. Wu Chuan smiled bitterly. You won't die. This is almost enough. I can't expend any more. If I expend any more, the Nanjiang catacombs will erupt into a battle, and I'll be affected. If he did not have a guarding mission now, Wu Chuan could still continue to help. However, he had a mission now. A rank 9 battle would erupt at any time. He could not overdraft too much imperishable substance. As for Fang Ping, he should not die. This fellow's injuries seemed to be extremely serious. But Wu Chuan could feel that this kid's vitality was also extremely strong. The benefits of golden bones were also starting to show. Life energy was growing on his bones. Compared to Fang Ping, Wang Jinyang was more troublesome. As he was thinking about this, suddenly, a faint golden glow seeped out of Wang Jinyang's body while he was sitting cross-legged. Everyone at the scene was stunned. The few rank 7 Grandmasters were so shocked that they did not know what to say. What was going on? Were these two monsters really rank 5? One had condensed golden bones. The other actually had imperishable substance seeping out of his body, helping Wang Jinyang recover from his injuries. They were shocked. Fang Ping's pupils contracted sharply. It was true. His guess was right. The imperishable substance really existed. Mutated martial artists like Old Wang were really powerhouses resurrected. On the verge of death, these imperishable substances were revived. Regarding MCMEU's guests, other than the few MCMEU powerhouses, only the central government knew about it. At this moment, the central government had not disclosed this news to the outside world. After all, it was just a guess. Everything had not been proven. Moreover, if this matter spread out, the impact would not be small. The others did not know. Wu Chuan should have known, but he had been in the catacombs all along and did not receive any news. At this moment, seeing the imperishable substance seeping out of Wang Jinyang's body, Wu Chuan looked at Wang Jinyang for a while, then turned his head to look at Fang Ping. Suddenly, Wu Chuan smacked his head. Did I go to the wrong place? Or was this a dream? 2 rank 5s. Were they really rank 5? These 2 people were rank 8 and rank 5, right? He was still thinking about this when Fang Ping suddenly hugged Wang Jinyang, his face full of lust and dissatisfaction. He said longingly, "Brother Wang, release a little more. Let me bask in the light. My flesh can't grow anymore. I don't want to be a skeleton. Give me a little too." "Brother Wang, don't be stingy. You've accumulated it for thousands of years. It must be a lot. Give me a little." Fang Ping rubbed against Wang Jinyang with all his might. Everyone was completely dumbfounded. Who the F***CK could tell them what was going on? At this moment, everyone was starting to doubt their lives. Everything that happened today had subverted everyone's worldview. Chapter 416. Fang Ping had managed to scrape a little of the imperishable substance. Unfortunately, not much. Very little. Right now, Fang Ping's bones were covered in a layer of blood, which made him look even stranger. As for Wang Jinyang, his injuries had recovered a lot. The gaping hole in his chest had been mostly repaired, but that was as far as it went. The imperishable substance quickly disappeared without a trace. It came and went without a trace. Fang Ping observed carefully for a while. He did not discover where the imperishable substance came from. Beside him, Wu Chuan frowned deeply. After a while, he said in a low voice, "It's sealed in the Sanjiao Gate." Interesting. The Sanjiao Gate alternated between illusion and reality. It was said to exist, but in reality it did not. It was said to not exist, but in reality there were many secrets hidden in the Sanjiao Gate, such as energy and vitality. When one reached peak rank 6, one would sense that there was a large amount of energy and vitality sealed in the Sanjiao Gate. Was it inherent in the human body? Or was it stored after cultivating for so many years? These could not be verified at the moment. The rank 9 Wu Chuan naturally had the imperishable substance, but his imperishable substance did not exist in the Sanjiao Gate. Instead, it was stored in his body. There was no such substance in Wang Jinyang's body. Wu Chuan glanced at Fang Ping. Fang Ping seemed to know something. Right now, Wu Chuan had actually guessed some things. Who had the imperishable substance? Rank 8 and above. Imperishable. Imperishable. This term did not exist now. It had existed since ancient times. Coupled with some legends, Wu Chuan naturally thought of many things. Not only Wu Chuan, but the others also fell silent. Although this battle was only a battle between a few middle-rank martial artists, too many things were exposed. Very soon, Wang Jinyang opened his eyes, looking at his injuries that had mostly recovered. He did not make a sound, only revealing a thoughtful expression. Then, he pushed away Fang Ping, who was still hugging him. He had actually heard what this fellow shouted just now. After pushing Fang Ping away, Wang Jinyang looked at him for a while and suddenly said, "Where's yours?" "What? Where did your imperishable substance go?" Fang Ping was speechless. Where did I get this thing from? Old Wang had obviously misunderstood. However, after Wang Jinyang said that, the others also looked at Fang Ping. Wu Chuan's expression changed for a while. Then he humphed. Some people probably had it too. But in the end, he didn't use his own and instead freeloaded off someone else's. Wasn't he embarrassed? This thing was extremely precious. If he had known that this would happen, he wouldn't have wasted it just now. Although he didn't consume much, he wouldn't be able to recover it without 3 to 5 months of cultivation. Fang Ping was a little gloomy. If he said that he did not, would they believe him? Well, he didn't think these people would believe him. Fong Ping did not dwell on this. Just as he was about to speak, the sound of soft footsteps came from above the pit. Wu Chuan had noticed it long ago, but he did not care. He said casually, "One rank 3 and 2 aspiring martial artists. They should be from nearby." Fong Ping frowned. Without another word, he stepped into the air and flew out of the pit. Seeing that, the others were about to leave as well. The next moment, Fong Ping suddenly flew backward and searched the corpse not far away for a while. Suddenly, he frowned and started cursing. No one knew what he was saying. After cursing for a while, Fong Ping looked at the crowd and asked, "Grandmasters, can I borrow a piece of clothing?" The few grandmasters looked at each other in dismay. Everyone was wearing one piece. If they lent it to you, what are they going to wear? "My family is up there. If I go out looking like this, I'll scare them." Commander Bai, who was at the side, thought for a while and took off his military jacket. Among them, he was the only one who wore more. Fong Ping took the jacket and thanked him hurriedly. He quickly put it on, covering his horrifying arms. Looking at his thighs, where a large piece of flesh had cracked open, Fong Ping looked at the grandmasters again. The few of them were speechless. They could take off their shirts, but they had to take off their pants for him. Did he want them to go out with their legs bare? Fong Ping looked at Wu Chuan and laughed dryly. "Senior Wu, your martial arts uniform looks pretty good. Can I borrow it to cover myself?" Wu Chuan was helpless. After thinking for a while, he took off his martial arts uniform. Fong Ping hurriedly took it and wrapped it around his thighs. He sighed. "If I'm always like this in the future, I won't be able to go out in public. I hope the government can give me some energy essence to mend my flesh. This time, the people from the two major companies are too much." "What did you say?" Wu Chuan's expression changed instantly. The expressions of the other grandmasters changed as well. Fong Ping said faintly, "It's just a guess. It's just a guess. But the probability that they're from the two major companies is not low. Of course, this is just my personal guess. I'll confront the people from the two major companies sooner or later. If it's proven that they're the ones who ordered it, then, even if everyone objects, Fong Ping, will take revenge. To kill me. These people have gone crazy." Wang Jinyang's eyes flickered, but he did not say anything. Fong Ping might have an ulterior motive for purposely saying that they were from the two major companies. The two major companies could deny any involvement in this matter. Others might find it hard to believe that the two major companies did it. However, when he thought of the other powerhouse's name that the deceased person had revealed, Wang Jinyang sighed softly in his heart. This time, if it was proven, the two major companies would be in deep trouble. Fong Ping might not want to do anything, but when he thought of Fong Ping's series of actions in MCMAU, some things could be discussed. Wang Jinyang did not say anything. Wu Chuan's expression was extremely ugly. He said in a low voice, "Fong Ping, you can't talk nonsense. Although you were attacked this time, and you're the victim, before the matter is fully investigated, you'd better watch your mouth. This was definitely not a small matter. Once word got out, it would be a huge problem. The two major companies were involved in too many things. Once word got out that they disregarded the lives of ordinary people and attacked MCMEU and NMU prodigy martial artists, it might cause the entire martial arts university to rebel. There were many grandmaster powerhouses in the 99 martial arts universities. In addition, there were many powerhouses from the military and political fields, as well as powerhouses in the business world. Many of them came from martial arts universities. Even if they had graduated many years ago, they might not necessarily think from the perspective of martial arts universities. However, directly attacking prodigy martial artists, including their family members, was absolutely intolerable. If everyone was like this, society would be in chaos a long time ago. No matter how strong you were, unless you were truly alone, your family and friends would not all be powerhouses. Other than the evil sect martial artists, no martial artist from any force would dare to attack a martial artist family. It would be fine if they did not find out. If they did, no matter who it was, even a rank 9 powerhouse, they would not be able to bear such a responsibility. If they went all out to investigate, very few people could hide it. If the two major companies really did this, they would be extremely stupid. When it finally exploded, countless people would be beheaded. From Wu Chuan's point of view, if Fang Ping was being hunted down by humans in the catacombs, it was possible that the two major companies were involved. On the surface, it was definitely the evil sect's doing. Fang Ping said mildly, "Senior Wu, you can't say things so confidently." If I, Fang Ping, am not confident, would I dare to say this? Of course, I will continue to investigate this matter. When my MCMU Grandmasters arrive, I will explain in detail. Wu Chuan's eyebrows were knitted together. Fang Ping was very confident. Moreover, MCMAU Grandmasters were coming too. Who would come? He also graduated from MCMAU. But if this matter was confirmed to be the truth, how would he deal with it? The other Grandmasters' expressions were also frighteningly solemn. This matter was no longer just a battle between middle ranks. It was not even Fang Ping's business anymore. If it was handled carelessly, a large-scale internal strife might erupt. Seeing this, Fang Ping smiled again. Of course, Grandmasters, don't worry. Before there is conclusive evidence, I won't speak carelessly, in case it causes a negative impact. If any Grandmaster is familiar with people from the two major companies, it's best to inform them and make a trip to Nanjiang as soon as possible. It's best if you can explain it clearly and clearly in private. If I can't explain it clearly and clearly, I don't believe that there's no place in this world that can stand up for me. Everyone is doing this. Unless you kill me now to silence me, otherwise who will still fight for humanity? Having said that, Fang Ping raised his arm and sneered. I haven't entered the catacombs many times, but I dare say that I, Fang Ping, have never let anyone down. The number of times I've bled for humanity is not small. There are not many middle ranks who can match up to the contributions I've made. Back in Magic City Catacombs, when Monster Sunflower City attacked, I was the one who brought back the information. In Nanjiang Catacombs, I was also the one who held back a rank 9, turning the situation around. Now, someone from the inside is making a move against me, and even implicating my family. If I don't die, just wait and see. Fang Ping. Wu Chuan was just about to speak when Fang Ping interrupted. Senior Wu. No, Guardian Wu. This matter has nothing to do with the House of Guardians and the military department. Besides, there's no concrete confirmation now. Let's not talk about this for now. When I've investigated clearly, I'll seek justice. Wu Chuan did not speak again. His expression was extremely solemn. No one knew what he was thinking. The others were the same. All of them looked solemn. This matter would definitely be investigated clearly. This was not a small matter. Moreover, it had caused a lot of commotion now. There were also a few Grandmasters in MCMAU. If they did not give an explanation, this matter could not be settled. Fang Ping did not continue speaking. Once again, he performed the flight step and flew upward. Wu Chuan glanced at Wang Jinyang and said in a low voice, "Why does he think that the two major companies did it?" Wang Jinyang shook his head. "I'm not sure. What do you think?" Wang Jinyang said in a low voice, "From the big picture, from a logical point of view, I hope it's a martial artist from an evil sect. I definitely don't hope it's someone from the two major companies. But there's no harm in investigating some things. Whether it's true or not, give a clear explanation. Otherwise, once a thorn is planted in one's heart, it will affect the entire future. If people are left with the impression that the two major companies persecuted heroes, all the Grandmasters can predict what kind of consequences will occur. This has already crossed the line. People like us who disregard our lives in the catacombs never fear, never shrink from battle. What is it for? For that little bit of reputation that outsiders don't know about? How many martial artists would care about this?" Wu Chuan took a deep breath and said quickly, "All right, this matter will definitely be investigated clearly. Whether it's true or not, there will be an explanation. I will report to the central government. The Southern House of Guardians will also come forward, including the military department, the education department, and the Department of Investigation Services. There will be no favoritism. If it's true, no matter, how serious the consequences are. We must completely purge everything. Wu Chuan said it extremely solemnly. This was really not a joke. It was too serious. Wang Jinyang did not say much either. Some things, even if you thought it was impossible, it might not be fake. Fang Ping seemed to be trying to fish for some benefits. But who could guarantee that the people today were from an evil sect or the two major companies? On the ground, Bai Jinshan and the others checked carefully. No one shouted. If they shouted at this time, who knew who they would call out? However, Bai Jinshan had underestimated the strength of middle and high-ranked powerhouses. If there were really enemies, no matter how careful they would have been discovered long ago. Fang Ping midair rose and landed in front of them in an instant. Bai Jinshan's expression was vigilant, and he got into an attacking stance. Fang Ping smiled. "It's me, Fang Ping. Brother, Ping Ping." Fang Yuan rushed to Fang Ping's side, hugged him, and cried. She choked. "Brother, how are you?" "I'm fine." Fang Ping laughed. His hands were already in his sleeves, and he patted his sister's back. He laughed. "Are you stupid? How dare you follow me at this time? If I didn't kill the enemy, the aftershock would have killed all of you. Don't be stupid next time. What would happen to me? There are only a few rank 6 martial artists and only one peak rank 6. I fought with rank 7, 8, and 9 martial artists before. Why would I care about this little trouble? If I wasn't afraid of hurting the Sun City residents, I would have used a big move to kill these clowns long ago." As soon as he said that, Fang Yuan and Fang Mingrong did not think too much. Seeing that Fang Ping could talk and laugh, both of them were so happy that they cried. They did not care about anything else. Bai Jinshan's expression changed drastically. He was indeed a peak rank 6, and he was killed by Fang Ping. "Fang, President Fang, you killed the enemy?" For a moment, Bai Jinshan did not dare to call him by his name. With an indescribable shock in his heart, he asked softly, "Peak rank 6. 2 years ago, Nanjiang's governor, Zhang Dingnan, was a peak rank 6 martial artist. As for Fang Ping, he was not even a martial artist 2 years ago." Fang Ping smiled. "Of course. Why else would I be chatting with you now? They're just a bunch of clowns. After this, I won't let them go. I won't stop until their blood flows like a river." As he spoke, the others flew up. Bai Jinshan hurriedly greeted them one by one. As Sun City's commander, he still paid close attention to some information. He knew Nanjiang's commander Bai. He also knew a few of the others. Of course, it was hard to say whether they knew him or not. Seeing so many powerhouses here, Bai Jinshan felt much more relaxed. He was extremely worried about the previous battle between powerhouses. Now that there were so many grandmasters here, he could relax. Finally, Bai Jinshan took a look at Wang Jinyang. His pupils contracted slightly. Although Wang Jinyang's injuries were much better, the injuries on the surface of his body were not so easy to heal. Seeing that Wang Jinyang's chest still had a piercing wound, and he could even see the opposite side, Bai Jinshan was shocked by the brutality of this battle. On the other hand, he was shocked by these people's strong vitality. If it were him, with such injuries, he would have died long ago, not to mention being unscathed. Seeing that Fang Ping was still talking to his family, Wu Chuan said in a low voice, "Fang Ping, come to the House of Commander later. We'll talk. We'll talk when everyone from MCMEU is here." Fang Ping refused directly. He would not talk now. Without the strength, it was hard to talk. Wu Chuan heard that and frowned slightly. He did not say anything more. He took a deep breath and said, "Okay, then we'll wait for you at the House of Commander." Having said that, Wu Chuan grabbed Bai Jinshan and flew away directly. The other grandmasters did not delay and followed one after another. One of them was still holding the corpse of the middle-aged man who was killed. Since everyone was here, they had to investigate this matter clearly. Now, in the small Sun City, 5 grandmasters and 1 high grandmaster had gathered. More powerhouses would come later. At this time, they were no longer worried about Fang Ping's safety. If they attacked now, even a rank 9 would have a hard time escaping. Seeing that everyone had left, but Fang Yuan was still hanging on to him, Fang Ping smiled and said, "All right, it's fine now. You and Dad go back for New Year's dinner. I'll go and settle this matter later. Brother, Fong Yuan's tears and snot flowed down. She rubbed her face against Fong Ping's body and asked worriedly, "Are you badly hurt?" She saw Wang Jinyang too. He was badly hurt. His chest was pierced through. How could he not be badly hurt? As for Fong Ping, the flesh on his face had mostly recovered. However, some cracks were still there, making him look especially hideous. Fong Ping smiled and said, "It's nothing serious. It's just a small injury. Don't be fooled by your brother Wang's scary injuries. It's just a small injury. Brother Wang, right?" Wang Jinyang smiled bitterly and nodded. It was a small injury. It was a small injury. Without the imperishable substance to heal it, he would most likely be bedridden for a year or two. Moreover, even now his injuries had mostly recovered. However, his bone marrow was exhausted and he could not stand steadily. Fong Ping still said it was a small injury. This guy was really something. However, his family was here. Wang Jinyang did not refute and let him say whatever he wanted. Fong Mingrong looked at his son and stared at his hand. At this moment, Fong Ping's hand was hidden in his sleeves. Although he could not see anything, Fong Mingrong's expression was still heavy. It was fine for his son to lie to his daughter, but he could still see that the arms hidden in his sleeves were slightly empty. His injuries were probably not as simple as his son said. However, there was no use saying it now. It would only make his daughter and wife more worried. Fong Mingrong was worried, but he did not show it on his face. He tugged at his daughter and said, "Don't bother your brother. Let's go home first." As he said that, he pulled Fong Yuan down the mountain. Fong Ping did not use flight step. In reality, he was indeed an arrow at the end of its flight. It was difficult for him and Wang Jinyang to fly back. They would go down the mountain and take a car back first. Seeing that Fong Ping's father and sister were walking in front, Wang Jinyang said in a low voice, "The two major companies." Fong Ping smiled and said lightly, "Check it out. At the same time, use it as a deterrent. Next time there's trouble, just throw it at them, just in case." After this incident, even if they want to do it next time, they won't have the guts. The collaboration between MCMAU and Nanjiang hasn't spread yet. If it does, do you think the two major companies will just sit back and watch? Having said that, Fong Ping smiled and said, "All right, let's not talk about this for now. When the people from MCMAU arrive, we'll go to the House of Commanders together. No matter what this time, it's a fact that I was attacked. And I almost died." Fong Ping's expression suddenly darkened. He said coldly, "I've never suffered such a big loss. It's not just me, it's you too. If it weren't for the recovery of the imperishable substance, I'm afraid it would be difficult for you to recover from this injury." "The imperishable substance," Wang Jinyang murmured. Fong Ping smiled and said, "The ancient powerhouses have recovered. Actually, so have I, Brother Wang. Do you still remember in ancient times when I founded the Celestial Court and you were the first general of the Celestial Court?" Wang Jinyang's expression changed. He said in a low voice, "The Celestial Court? Have you forgotten? Looks like your memory hasn't recovered yet." Fong Ping smiled and said, "It's okay. It'll happen sooner or later. You're my Celestial Court's first general. Iron Headley is my Celestial Court's Northern Expedition General. Yao Qingjun is my Western Expedition General." Back then, there were 108 generals in the Celestial Court. Unfortunately, in the final battle with the Catacombs' restricted zone powerhouses, both sides suffered heavy losses. Countless fell. Now everyone is starting to recover. It's okay if your memory hasn't recovered. Don't forget the glory of the Celestial Court. Sooner or later, all of you will return one by one. I'll definitely lead everyone into the catacombs again. Wang Jinyang's expression kept changing. He looked doubtful. Fong Ping sighed softly. "Don't think too much. I'm the Celestial Emperor. I've let everyone down. I've caused all of you to fall back then. Now, you've all lost your memories. Even if all of you have recovered your memories, it's okay if you don't recognize me. Actually, I don't want to be the Celestial Emperor anymore." Fong Ping, Wang Jinyang suddenly had a splitting headache. Mother ****. Was what this kid said true or false? He really could not be sure now. However, the recovery of the imperishable substance had confirmed one thing for Wang Jinyang. He was different from ordinary people. This could not be explained by a simple mutation. Chapter 417. Wang Jinyang's head hurt. He ignored Fang Ping. He did not want to ask, and he felt that he should not. If he asked too much, he might really take it seriously. Now, no matter what happened in the past, Wang Jinyang, was Wang Jinyang. Fang Ping did not say much either. He just said it casually. It did not matter if they believed it or not. If they really took it seriously, it would feel good to recognize him as their boss in the future. Forget it. Don't talk nonsense next time. Fang Ping suddenly shook his head. It did not matter if he talked nonsense with old Wang. If Wu Chuan and the others took it seriously, they might do something to him. Soon, Fang Ping and the others returned to scenic lake gardens. The car was not driven by Fang Ping, but by Fang Mingrong. Although Fang Mingrong did not buy a car and did not have a driver's license, he was still an official. He had learned to drive for a few days, so he had no problem driving. The entrance of the district, perhaps it could not even be considered a gate anymore. The original gate had collapsed long ago. Li Yueying had been waiting. When she saw Fang Ping get out of the car, tears streamed down her face. She hugged Fang Ping and did not let go. Fang Ping felt bad. This time, he was still a little careless. He did not expect the evil sect martial artist to come to Sun City to kill him. He had thought that someone would kill him, such as the two major companies. After entering the catacombs, this was a possibility. As for the evil sect, a few high-rank powerhouses had died not long ago. Most importantly, Auspicious Peace was close to Sun City. Today, Auspicious Peace was guarded by grandmasters. Commander Bai was not the only one. Before this, Zhao Xingwu had even killed a high-ranked martial artist from the evil sect. Other grandmasters would often patrol the Nanjiang boundary. Under such circumstances, Sun City was no less safe than Magic City. Fang Ping did not expect the evil sect martial artist to be so arrogant as to come to Sun City to kill him on New Year's Eve. Many people did not expect this. However, it had already happened. There was no use talking about this now. Fang Ping did not think too much about it. He smiled and comforted his mother. There were still many martial artists patrolling the district. Some of the residents had already gone home. Some were still lingering outside. Fang Ping suddenly said loudly, "The evil sect martial artists have been killed. Fang Ping, will bear all the losses today. The facilities in the district will be rebuilt soon. After today, the Fang family will move out of this place." Ping Ping. Before Li Yueying could speak, Fang Ping said softly, "It's time to move out, Mom. After today, do you think everyone will still be able to get along with us peacefully? Whether it is flattery or fear, it will disturb your peaceful life. As for what to do next, I'll think about it." Fang Mingrong, who was at the side, sighed and said, "If it doesn't work out, let's move to Shanghai. Now that my son's enemies are at my door, staying in Sun City will only distract my son." Before this, they were reluctant to leave their homeland. But now, staying in Sun City would only make his son worry. Fang Ping chuckled. "We'll see. There's no rush now. At least nothing will happen in the near future. If the evil sects dare to come again, they will all die." To the public, Fang Ping still had to say that he was a member of an evil sect. Even if he wanted to deal with the two big companies, he couldn't affect the big picture. At the very least, after today's words, the government would not say that he did not see the big picture and would not show any signs of favoritism. I've already considered the big picture, so it's time for justice to be served, right? Mom, Dad, go home for dinner. Although the window is broken, let's have our reunion dinner first. I'll have someone stand guard here." As he said that, Fang Ping waved at a plump martial artist beside him. The plump middle-aged man walked over immediately, his face full of respect. "Commander Fang." Today, Fang Ping still held the title of Sun City's deputy commander. Fang Ping smiled and said, "Comfort everyone. I'll compensate for all the damages. All right? Were there any casualties?" The plump middle-aged man said immediately, Commander Fong thought about the public and avoided the crowd. Other than some damage to the houses and infrastructure, other than a few people who fell and got injured, there were no deaths. That's good. Fong Ping nodded. There were definitely injuries. It was not as simple as falling. At that time, the energy waves were intense. Some people's internal organs might have been injured. Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "We still need to do some checks. Check the houses near the battle zone. Let the martial artists do the checks. If the internal organs are injured, it won't feel obvious now. It'll be too late when it's discovered. I'll pay for all the treatment expenses." Fong Ping was generous now. He did not need to spend much money. Other things aside, the middle stage rank 6 martial artists that he had killed, whether or not he had anything else, at least he had a saber. If he sold the saber, the compensation would be enough. Fong Ping did not care about this small amount of money. He was prepared to earn more. The plump middle-aged man was the director of the Department of Investigation Services. At this moment, he was extremely respectful. He said hurriedly, "Commander Fong, this is our negligence. Sun City's government should. There's no need." Fong Ping waved his hand. Who cared about this small amount of money? As for the fatties saying that they were negligent, Fong Ping was too lazy to say anything. In the whole of Sun City, rank 3 was the strongest. Should he let Bai Jinshan guard the door? Even if he did, it would be useless. A rank 6 powerhouse could smash him into pieces with a punch from a distance. When rank 6 powerhouses hid their auras, only people like Fong Ping could quickly detect them. If others stood in front of Bai Jinshan, he would not be able to tell them apart. Some things were hard to guard against. If the evil sect really wanted to kill ordinary people and was not afraid of the government going all out to kill them, it would be useless no matter where they went. Even in Magic City, they could not guard against it. Powerhouses had their own things to do. No one had the time to protect someone's family. Aside from Fong Ping, a large number of Grandmaster powerhouses who had ordinary people in their families were also living ordinary lives. Usually, the evil sect would not dare to do anything that would harm their families. Many people might not have the heart to care about these evil sect martial artists. Everyone was busy guarding the catacombs. There were too many things to do. Unless it really endangered the safety of one side, otherwise, dealing with the evil sect was the responsibility of the military department and the Department of Investigation Services. If the evil sect dared to harm ordinary people wantonly, they would be hunted down by the whole world. As for the talk about massacring the city a few times, Fong Ping could not be bothered at all. Unless the other party was facing a life-and-death situation, otherwise, who would dare to do such a thing? That middle-aged peak rank 6 had even threatened Fong Ping to massacre Sun City. Fong Ping could not be bothered with him at all. If he really did such a thing, other people aside, the evil sect's higher-ups would kill him directly, throwing him out to appease the government's anger, to prevent the government from searching and hunting him down endlessly. When that time came, it would not be a rank 6 matter anymore. Some fights were still limited to martial artists. After talking to the plump, middle-aged man, Fong Ping asked his parents and Fong Yuan to go home first. Fong Ping would not be able to eat this New Year's Eve dinner. This was because Fong Ping had already sensed a familiar aura rising from afar. Fong Ping's vitality was also surging. Very soon, a few familiar auras were rushing toward him. This time, there were many people from MCMAU. Old Man Li's aura was rising. It was no longer vitality force, but celestiality that appeared in midair, flickering. He had not reached the stage where his mentality could materialize, but his mentality had been increasing rapidly recently. It was already close to Fong Ping's level. At this moment, when it erupted, it could also merge into celestiality. Wu Quishan was here too. His golden body's aura was unmistakable, intimidating all directions. Above Tang Feng's head, vitality penetrated heaven and earth. It was not much weaker than Huang Jing's beside him. Other than Lu Fengru and Lu Polu, a few MCMEU higher-ups were here. Lu Fengru was still in closed-door cultivation. She had not received the news. Wu Quishan and the rest had come personally, so there was no need to call her out halfway. Where is he? Old Man Li's aura erupted, intimidating some of the Sun City martial artists nearby to the point that they could not breathe. Fong Ping saw that a few of them were in a hurry, steam rising from the top of their heads. He said quickly, "Thank you for your hard work, instructors. I've already killed them." As he said that, Fong Ping said proudly, "One peak rank 6, one middle stage rank 6, one early stage rank 6. I killed them all with one slash." Everyone's expression changed. Old Man Li shouted, "Tell me the truth." "That's the truth," Fong Ping said proudly. "I've condensed golden bones." Only now did they have the time to pay attention to this. Wu Quishan probed for a while, and suddenly, a conflicted look appeared on his face. Mother asterisk her, what a familiar feeling. Among the rank 8 powerhouses, everyone was familiar with this. He had really condensed golden bones. Last time, although Fong Ping was shining with golden light, at that time, it was not considered a complete golden bone. Now it was still slightly lacking. However, Wu Quishan glanced at Old Man Li, saying in a low voice, "It seems to be stronger than Li Chongqing's." Old Man Li's expression was pitch black. "What a joke," Fong Ping said matter-of-factly. "Of course, Instructor Li only has golden bones. His bone marrow hasn't been honed yet. I'm different. Other than my skull and bone marrow, the rest of my body has completely turned golden." Old Man Li was so angry that he wanted to chop someone up. He said furiously, "Do you know that I almost died of exhaustion after this trip? Son of AB asterisk H, you're still making sarcastic remarks to me?" Old Man Li was furious. He was F asterisk King attacking him again. "So what if you have golden bones, kid? My Sanjiao gate has been sealed. What about you? You're a middle stage rank 5. So what if you have golden bones? If you're not convinced, then fight me one-on-one." Fong Ping hurriedly smiled obsequiously. "No way. I'm not mocking you, instructor. Didn't you ask me to tell the truth? I'll tell the truth. I really killed him. Of course, Brother Wang helped me block for a while. I prepared for a while and killed the other party." Wang Jinyang, who was beside him, only then did he bow slightly as a greeting. In his heart, however, he was a little envious. MCMU was indeed much stronger than NMAU. He really could not be envious. Fong Ping was attacked. With a call, 2 MCMU golden body powerhouses came, 1 rank 7 came, and Tang Feng, who was half a grandmaster, came too. With such strength, it was no wonder that Fong Ping had the confidence to be arrogant. On the other hand, NMU had also participated in the battle this time. It was not that NMU did not want to send people, but 2 rank 6 powerhouses were still on the way. Wang Jinyang had also informed them that they did not need to come. 2 peak rank 6 who had not achieved mentality-vitality fusion would not have much effect even if they came. Wang Jinyang also did not want NMU to participate in what was coming next. MCMU had the confidence, but they did not. Fong Ping could handle it from the front. Old Man Li cursed for a while. Then his expression changed slightly. He asked in a low voice, "How's your injury?" Fong Ping looked at Wu Quishan and said pitifully, "Vice Chancellor, please help me with some imperishable substance. I'm about to turn into a skeleton." Old Man Li was too weak. His imperishable substance had not even been born. The corner of Wu Quishan's mouth twitched. Why did it feel like this kid deserved a beating when he said that? It was like borrowing money. Could this thing be helped just because he said it? If Fong Ping was about to die, then there was nothing to say. However, this kid was alive and kicking. There were no signs that he was about to die. At this time, using the imperishable substance to help him heal, he would not do it. Seeing that Wu Quishan was ignoring him, Fong Ping was helpless. Very quickly, he regained his fighting spirit. He gritted his teeth and said, "Instructors, let's go. To the House of Commanders. This time, I won't stop until I extort a few 100 billion." Wu Quishan frowned suddenly. He said in a low voice, "What are you doing?" "Looking for trouble." Fong Ping said as he walked, "Don't worry. I'm not looking for trouble for no reason. This time, I have evidence." As he said that, Fong Ping suddenly took off his clothes, revealing his broken body. The few people who saw it shuddered. This was not a light injury. I'll go over like this. I'll show them that they can't even kill me, Fong Ping. Instead, I killed 3 rank SIXS. When my strength improves, I'll see if there are any rank 9s who will come and kill me. The probability of him showing off was not high. The probability of him acting pitifully was higher. Naturally, the few of them knew his purpose. Old Man Li was still frowning. He said, "Who are you looking for trouble with? The 2 major companies? Was it them this time? I don't know." Fong Ping shook his head. He added, "There's evidence. Before that peak rank 6 died, he gave up on 2 people. Forget it. I won't say it now. When we go to the House of Commanders later, I'll tell you in front of everyone. Capture those 2 people on the spot." Both of them were now in River City. There was still a Grandmaster from the Chamber of Commerce keeping watch over there. There was also the injured Zhang Dingnan. Fong Ping planned to let Wu Quishan make another trip. Whether it was true or not, he would capture them first. After all, these 2 people were not people from the government organizations. They were not people with high positions of power. If they were people from the military department or other places, they might not be able to capture them just based on suspicion. When the time came, they would investigate again under the eyes of so many grandmasters. If they wrongly accused the other party, Fong Ping could just apologize. It would not be a big deal. If they were not wrongly accused, that would be the best. As he said that, Fong Ping looked at Huang Jing and said, "We can sell our shares now." Huang Jing raised his eyebrows. He could not help but look at him. He said in a low voice, "Don't accuse others recklessly. This matter was not a joke." Fong Ping laughed. "I really didn't accuse others recklessly. Brother Wang can be a witness. Did the other party confess to those 2 people? Even if this person is from the evil sect, a peak rank 6 powerhouse from the evil sect confessed to an accomplice. Even if it's true or false, we still have to investigate, right?" Wang Jinyang, who was beside him, nodded. "That's true. I heard it too." As soon as he said that, Huang Jing said nothing more. As long as Fong Ping did not make it up and had evidence, he would definitely find fault with him. He could not pretend that he did not hear this. Since the other party had confessed to an accomplice, whether it was true or false, he must investigate. Even if it was proven that he was wrongly accused in the end, he could only apologize. Sun City, House of Commanders. When he sensed a few auras coming from the outside world, Wu Chuan rubbed his forehead slightly. So many people had come. If this matter was handled carelessly, something big would happen. Are the people from the 2 major companies here? Bai Jinshan, who was the weakest at the side, did not even dare to speak. The one who answered was auspicious Sun City's commander, who said respectfully, "Guardian, the people from the 2 major companies are already on the way. However, they still need some time to rush here from Capital City. Also, Commander Zhou of the Military Department, Minister Wang of the Education Department, Minister Hu of the Department of Investigation Services. They're all on the way." The few ministers said that when they arrive, they will handle it together. Wu Chuan nodded slightly. It was the new year. If something like this happened, everyone would not have a good time this year. Also, there were still Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang. This was a matter worth paying attention to. A rank 5 golden bone. A rank 5 born imperishable substance. This matter had to be taken seriously too. How many more people like this were there? Yao Qingjun, Li Hansong. How many more had not been discovered? Or had they been discovered and hidden? If they all had such characteristics, did that mean that some things would undergo huge changes? Were these people really powerhouses above rank 8? Would there be a situation where they could recover their strength quickly? Sometimes it might not be a good thing to have too many unfamiliar powerhouses. Who knew if these people were good or bad, or if they had other intentions? What kind of attitude should they have towards these people? At the moment, it seemed that they were all young martial artists. Their abilities were not strong either. Sino Nation could almost ignore their existence. After all, peerless powerhouses could suppress everything. However, these people were the prodigies of the current generation. If they were not handled properly, it could easily cause a chain reaction. MCMU's Fong Ping, CCMU's Li Hansong, FMS's Yao Qingjun. who did not have a few grandmasters backing them up. The more he thought about it, the more Wu Chuan's head hurt. If he had known, he would not have come. It would have been better to throw this matter to someone else. Right now, he was the only rank 9 present. The incident happened in the south. As the guardian of the south, he was the highest leader of the southern provinces in name. Wu Chuan was still thinking about this when he could already feel a few auras approaching outside the house. After a while, the half-skeleton Fong Ping swaggered in through the door. When Wu Chuan saw Fong Ping's expression, he knew that this kid was up to no good. He frowned and said, "Put on your clothes." Fong Ping shook his head and said, "I'm too badly injured. Wearing clothes will easily hinder my recovery." Wu Chuan really wanted to beat him up, but he was afraid of beating this kid to death. Moreover, he suspected that if he beat this kid up now, Fong Ping would continue to let him use the imperishable substance to heal him. The others did not utter a word. After the few higher-ups of MCMEU entered, these people then greeted each other. When he saw Wu Quishan enter, Wu Chuan did not remain seated. He stood up and nodded slightly. As an MCMU graduate, even if he was a rank 9, an appropriate amount of respect was still necessary for MCMAU's vice-chancellor. Wu Quishan also exchanged a few pleasantries before each found a place to sit down. Wu Chuan waited for them to sit down before saying, "Let's wait a little longer. The others will be here soon." "All right." Wu Quishan did not speak much. Old Man Li and the rest did not speak at all. Seeing this situation, Wu Chuan knew that things were not going to be easy to solve. As for Fong Ping, just as he was about to break the silence and curry favor with the few grandmasters, his expression suddenly changed. He hurriedly trotted out of the door and said from afar, "Vice-Chancellor Chen, why are you here?" Chen Yaoding, who had descended from the sky, saw a half-skeleton running out. He was stunned at first, then his expression changed. "Can it still recover?" "Probably, I guess." Fong Ping replied uncertainly. He had a feeling that it was possible, but the consumption would definitely be huge. "That's good." Chen Yaoding breathed a sigh of relief. "Kid, if you can't recover, do you expect my granddaughter to find a half-skeleton to be your husband?" Thinking of this, Chen Yaoding's expression suddenly turned a little ugly. Motherf asterisk Kerr. He was having a good New Year's Eve dinner when something like this happened. He was almost chased out of the house by his granddaughter. If it were not for the inconvenience of bringing someone along, his granddaughter would have run here herself. He had already said that he was an SCMAU. It would be too late if he went. There were powerhouses nearby who had rushed over. In the end, he had to make a mad dash in the middle of the night. Ignoring Fong Ping, Chen Yaoding also entered the house. Wu Chuan had actually sensed his arrival. Seeing that Chen Yaoding had come, Wu Chuan was actually a little surprised. This matter had nothing to do with SCMAU, right? Chen Yaoding was the number 1 rank 7 in Sino Nation. He was close to achieving a golden body. He could not be treated as an ordinary rank 7. Chen Yaoding saw that Wu Chuan was a little doubtful. He said gloomily, "I'm only here to help." Wu Chuan nodded slightly, shooting a glance at Fong Ping. This kid had quite a lot of connections. Fong Ping did not look at him either. It was hard to say. He was not prepared for Chen Yaoding's arrival. The message he sent earlier was for a few MCMEU powerhouses. He did not send a message to Chen Yaoding. SCMU was quite far from Nanjiang. Seeing that everyone was waiting, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Why don't we take this opportunity to capture 2 people and bring them here?" Everyone's attention was instantly drawn. Fong Ping said, "Before I killed the peak rank 6 martial artist earlier, I managed to dig out information about 2 accomplices. Their statuses are not low. Their abilities are not low either." Wu Chuan shouted instantly, "Why didn't you say so earlier?" Fong Ping said calmly, "I was afraid of accidents. How about this? This time, I'll have to trouble Guardian Wu and Vice-Chancellor to make a trip to River City and capture them first." Wu Chuan let out a soft humph. This kid's suspicion was so serious that it could not get any worse. Was it necessary to send a rank 9 and a rank 8 together to capture people? However, since Fong Ping thought so, he did not say much. He said, "Oh, Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo's acting curator, Lu He. Nanjiang Pill Company's Zhao Yu. Of course, it could be Zhao Yu X or something. Anyway, just capture them all. Both of you have worked hard to make a trip to River City. As for the others, I don't mean to offend grandmasters, but please wait here for a while. Commander Bai's expression was already extremely ugly. It was not directed at Fong Ping, but at the two names. Fong Ping, is what you said true? Absolutely true. President Wang can testify. There's no need for me to target two people I don't even know. Lua, Zhao Yu. Commander Bai's expression was extremely ugly. After a while, he said, "All right, we won't leave. I'll have to trouble Guardian and Vice-Chancellor Wu to make a trip." As for whether they had the authority to arrest people, Wu Chuan was the South's supreme leader. If he did it himself, there was no such thing as a saying. Wu Chuan glanced at Wu Quishan. Without another word, he stood up and walked out. Wu Quishan also stood up and followed. Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo was easy to deal with, but Zhao Yu, that was the supreme person in charge of the pill company in Nanjiang. Fong Ping did not know him, but they were familiar with him. Peak rank 6 was no longer a weakling. There were not many rank SAXS in Nanjiang province to begin with. Peak was even rarer, including a few martial arts universities, the military department, and the education department. There were about 10 of them. In an instant, 2 of them had been exposed. This was a big deal. Although these 2 people were not the higher-ups of the core departments, they were not to be underestimated. The 2 powerhouses left quickly. With their speed, they would reach River City in no time. Everyone in the concourse fell into silence. At this moment, no one left. They could not leave now either. Otherwise, they would be inviting trouble for themselves. As for Fong Ping, he did not care about these things anymore. He gave Wang Jinyang a look and pointed at his chest. Wang Jinyang frowned slightly. This kid let him make things worse? Was that necessary? All right, it might be of some use. Wang Jinyang was helpless. After thinking for a while, the wound on his chest cracked open slightly, and a lot of blood flowed out. At this moment, many grandmasters' expressions turned extremely strange. Disregarding everything else, if Zhao Yu was confirmed to be a problem, the pill company would not be able to solve this problem without spending a lot of money this time. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.